What is happening, Internet? K-Wing here. How's everybody doing tonight? So, you guys wanted a podcast on the recent trailer, the February 14th trailer of the Snyder Cut, showing you things that we've talked about a little bit. Not really a lot of ground to go over. If you guys haven't been listening to the podcasts and Bat News videos over the past 6 months to 7 months, but like I told you guys, the other Joker costume was showcased in the trailer, which was Jay wearing the armor or the bulletproof vest with the different trophies, as he calls them in the movie, which are former GCPD officer badges, which were like all over the vest, and then it says like GCPD SWAT on the back or whatever. So that's his third costume that's in the movie, which they showed him when he was talking to Batman in the Nightmare World. So, I mean, all in all, I thought the trailer was pretty good. I will say this, that DC is always so well known at making trailers for things, so I'm not really not surprised by that. I just want the movie to be good. The trailer was what you would expect from DC in their trailers. It built up hype. It also shows that it's going to be a continuation of BVS, which Justice League or whatever didn't really do much in that regards for what happened with Whedon and stuff like that. So you literally see Superman, his death cries being the bell that's being rung because, you know, Snyder is very good at the imagery and connecting his different films. So this will definitely feel more like a trilogy film, which is good. One sec. Make sure our audio's all good and everything. Yeah, everything's fine. And yes, this is very bare bones. I just got off a lengthy stream, so we also are already having frame issues, which is expected, I guess. I don't know if Amber's watching something upstairs or what, but yeah, I like the trailer. I can't think of anything that I really want to tear apart and be like, this looks terrible. I think it looks great for what it is. They explained that Batman is not shooting people. He has a type of thing on the side of his gauntlets that as he's being shot at, he's propelling the energy back at people. So it's kind of like a counter move, I guess you could say. Seems very Batman-like. It's not like he's just picking up a gun like in, what's his name, Whedon's version, going from the BVS where he's using an AK-47 and then in Justice League using some type of alien gun. So it's nice to see him actually incorporating a lot of Batman gadgetry and things like that. They also debuted the Bat Tank from Frank Miller because everybody knows that Zack is a huge Frank Miller fanboy. So it would make sense that the Bat Tank would show up, I guess, eventually. Unknown if that is the Nightmare World or if that is before the fall of the Justice League into the Nightmare World. Although they did say it's a vision again. So, I mean, there could be a Darksied Invasion that they show, or, they might just tease it and go right into half the movie will be Nightmare. Like, this is what the potential future could be, or the future is after the Justice League is all killed, except for Superman, Batman, and whatever remnants of humanity survive. Everybody is talking about the Joker stuff a lot. I got a lot of DMs asking about the society thing. Did Snyder do that on purpose? It's like, probably. Zack loves to do Easter eggs and things like that, and having his Joker say, we live in a society has just gotten everybody to talk about it on Twitter. It's trending and things like that. Even In a Society is trending on its own. I like the quote. I like Ledger's Joker voice. I don't dislike his Joker this time. He's not like a cringy Joker. The world is bleak and hopeless, and Batman has had to forego his morals and his, way of justice. He's working with a lot of Batman rogues like Joker and Deathstroke, and you might see some others, or at least get name drops of them. I don't know if Joker's going to be one of his lieutenants in the Resistance or what, or if they're just working together. We'll find out. It's a cool scene, though, and it's really nice to see Ben Affleck and Jared Leto's Joker interacting. They have met before on screen, technically in Suicide Squad and some, cut stuff. but the public hasn't really seen anything. The stuntman from Suicide Squad, who was playing Ben Affleck's Batman, aside from the close-ups that Ben was doing, was interacting with the Joker and Harley Quinn. It wasn't really Ben who was on top of the car in that Suicide Squad chase. He had a scene or two with Margot Robbie, and he had some scenes with like a Joker stunt double or something like that, but not really him and Leto that I know of. But who knows? There's definitely going to be more interaction. Probably people will be upset about how much Joker is going to be in the film. It's not going to be that much. Maybe about 15 minutes in total. So, I mean, if you're lucky, I doubt it. I think it's going to be less than that. But I think people are going to be happy with the type of performance that Leto is going to have as the Joker. Darkseid, it would have been nice that we actually heard his voice in the trailer. I would have loved to hear it, but I guess they're saving that for later. A lot of people on Twitter are kind of talking about how Darkseid is very small in scale. Well, I have a little press release that shows the size of Superman, Steppenwolf, and Darkseid, and Darkseid is very tall. So I don't know why people are saying he's a small alien. He's going to kind of shrink down when he comes to Earth to, like, battle people. But in terms of, like, size comparison, you have Superman, which is normal size. Then think of, like, Steppenwolf, maybe, like, we'll say Superman, we'll put him at, like, what, 6? We'll say 6'5", maybe. Steppenwolf, put him at about, like, 8 feet, maybe. 8 or 9. And then Darkseid would be about 25 feet tall or something like that. I mean, he's big. And you're going to see that in the movie. You're going to see just how small Steppenwolf is compared to Darkseid, both on Apocalypse and when they come to Earth the first time. Unknown at this time if they're going to show the invasion, the fall of the Justice League, or if they're just going to do a fast forward to the Nightmare world. All depends. I guess we'll find out in a month or so, but still pretty exciting. A lot of people I know that were skeptics of the Snyder Cut, they saw today's trailer and they're just like, wow, I'm on board now. And it's like, this is what Justice League was supposed to be. So yeah, a lot of the jokes and stuff that you guys remember from the 2017 movie will not be in this film. This is going to be a very BVS style movie. There'll be some jokes, but not that many. Mostly you'll have like Joker's, or not. No, Joker's not really going to be doing a lot of funny stuff. You'll have Alfred have a couple zingers in there, but mainly to kind of burn Bruce in terms of, some of the things that are going on, like the waving of the red cape against the bull, which was a nice imagery between the death of Superman and taunting the aliens that are coming to Earth to find the mother boxes. So there'll be kind of stuff like that. Alfred doing Alfred lines. Some humor for the Flash, maybe Cyborg, but Cyborg is going to have a very dark story. A lot of death is going to fall Cyborg and his family, which they teased in one of the trailers. I'm being told there's one more trailer that they're going to release before the movie comes out, but that'll just be like a pre-release or post-release, whatever you want to call it, trailer to kind of hype it up. I've seen Zack joking about on his Vero account and some other places that he wants to release this in theaters with like intermissions and stuff like that. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's going to be a very long movie. I still think it would have done better as a miniseries because there's a lot that is going to have to be digested in this movie. There's a lot of elements of Injustice. There's a lot of elements of Frank Miller's Batman and Superman stuff. There's a lot of the New 52 Justice League, as well as some of the New Gods stuff. Although you're not really going to see a lot of New Gods. Darkseid is in the movie. Granny Goodness, I have confirmed, is in the film. That is not Judi Dench, though. That's another actress, which they have not released a lot of the cast information yet because there'll be a lot of spoilers if they update the IMBD site, such as, who's playing certain characters that I can't say, just to be careful. But there's a lot of characters other than Martian Manhunter that is not listed on that site that are in the movie. And you won't see those actors pop up until you get closer to release of the movie. Maybe they're trying to avoid spoilers. Maybe, who knows. But you're not going to see stuff about the Atom and some other characters just yet. And when I mean the Atom, you're just going to see Ryan Choi. I don't think he's going to be suited up at all. He might play a big role in Nightmare if he's not dead. There's going to be a lot of dead characters, I can tell you that. So, you know, the Resistance is just basically the remnants of humanity and a few surviving Justice League members, and maybe a few Atlanteans. William Dafoe wasn't listed on the cast site just yet because they're trying to save him for spoilers, because there's going to be some cool Aquaman stuff in the movie and some Mira, regardless how you guys feel about Amber Heard. I am not for Amber Heard. I think that she needs to be yeeted from WB personally, but she has we'll say she has a bigger role in this than she did in Justice League. I don't really want to talk about it that much. Jason Momoa is going to have a lot of cool stuff in the movie, which they teased a new fight scene that you guys briefly saw in the trailer, which means that Josh Whedon filmed some different stuff for Aquaman fighting Steppenwolf, because we saw a different fight sequence in that trailer, which is kind of cool. There's going to be a lot more elements of Flash's life, as well as introducing Iris West, who I believe will be showing up in the new Flash movie. I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I haven't really asked a lot about the Flash stuff. It was interesting, non-Snyder Cut, like, trailer related, but did you guys see Zack talking about Ben Affleck the other day? How, you know, he was really happy that Ben is going to be in the Flash movie, and he hopes that we'll be able to see more of Ben's Batman after the Flash movie. So who knows what Zack is going to be pushing afterwards, because this is going to be a thing that is really going to propel Jared Leto and Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck. It's hard to see this as the swan song and the big epic finale for this part of the DC multiverse. I don't think so. I think this is going to be just the beginning, unless it bombs. And that's the problem I have with it being set as a 4-hour Lord of the Rings movie, is I think they're going to harm their subscription numbers a little bit, because people are still anticipating this as, you know, an epic miniseries that's going to go on for an entire month, and it's not. It's going to be a 4-hour movie that is going to release like around noon or 3 o'clock on March 18th. And I don't know. I don't even know what time I'm going to watch it. Probably going to watch it like around noon or 3, and then just probably stream in the evening. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Lex Luthor is going to make some type of appearance in the movie. I don't know if the Arkham breakout scene is going to be included in the film or not yet. It's possible it might make it. I mean, the Deathstroke actor was still teasing that it's a part of the movie, but he did shoot all new scenes for other things, so that could be stripped from the movie, or maybe Zack wants to save it for another project. I don't know. But a lot of people are talking about, hey, why wasn't Deathstroke and Martian Manhunter shown in the trailer? It's like, you can't show everything right now. Show things that prove that this is a different Justice League movie than what you saw. And I think that with this trailer, they proved that. I was even, for fun, I looked at the two different big trailers for Justice League 2017 and Zack Snyder's Justice League. And just from the narrative point of view of looking at both trailers, they're completely different films. There might be some scenes that you'll recognize from Whedon's film, because those were Zack Snyder's like actual scenes. The scene with Superman being lowered into the ship with a picture of his dad in the background, that's Zack's photography. Superman meeting Irons Alfred in the Batcave, that was Zack's stuff. Some of Batman's fight scenes are all different. There's a lot more of Batman coming that I can say. I believe the rooftop sequence, which could have been the opening of a really cool Batman movie in Justice League, I think that was Whedon. I'm pretty sure it was. So there's going to be a new opening for Batman, which is not going to have Batman in costume. It's going to be him tracking down Aquaman in the Arctic, of all places. Because, you know, Bruce is trying to find the Aquaman and put together a team to deal with this invasion that Wonder Woman discovers. Steppenwolf will be talking to Darkseid throughout the first or second arc of the 4-hour movie. So basically, instead of him, which I thought was stupid originally, is he's just kind of talking to himself, to his mother, like, we'll be together again soon, mother. And I'm pretty sure all that stuff was just Whedon being crazy. So I don't see that staying in the original movie. Whenever he's talking to the mother boxes, Darkseid is going to appear over it, and he's going to be this towering figure. And you'll see his eyes light up quite a bit. I don't know if they're going to show any of the Justice Leaguers get killed, or if they're just going to do a flash forward to the Nightmare stuff, but the Nightmare sequences was filmed as part of the reshoots. They weren't really going to have a big Nightmare arc in the original Zack Snyder Justice League. That was supposed to be saved for Justice League 2. So the fact that they filmed more of that, it really makes me think that we're going to see a lot more of his vision for Justice League 2 than a lot of his Justice League 1 stuff. I still don't know how the film is going to end. I'm completely guessing at this point, but I think it's going to be pretty interesting what they're going to end up doing with it. I still hope that they do the thing where it ends on the Flash and the Flash has to reboot everything, which I think would get people to kind of migrate over to Flash's movie next year. At least I think it's still coming out next year. I'm not sure. I know Marvel just delayed a bunch of their movies again. I don't know if DC is going to do the same thing or not, because, the whole zombie plague thing. So, let's see. What else did I like from the trailer? The beginning where Superman is being squeezed like a rag doll and he's screaming. I don't know if that is a new shot or if that's original footage, though, because Henry Cavill looks about the same age as he did when he filmed BVS and Justice League, which I believe they did at the same time. And if you've known Snyder's movies, like the BVS and Man of Steel, the way the movies open with them connecting to the last event of the previous film. For example, Man of Steel ended with the fight with Zod, and then BVS kind of kicked into high gear with the destruction of Metropolis, but instead of from the point of view of Superman, it was from the point of view of the humans, namely Batman experiencing all this. So the beginning of Justice League, before the credit rolls with Bruce, tracking down AquaMan, I believe you're going to see Superman get killed or he's dying, and his voice is going to send that wave, which is going to act as a bell, like very symbolic, to Apocalypse, and then they're going to start their invasion plans because the god is dead. That means Darkseid and his acolytes and stuff could come and attack the Earth because they got their butt kicked thousands of years ago by the Greek gods, and one of the Green Lanterns that was on Earth that was killed back then, which you'll see more of the, I guess, the War of Heroes or whatever they call it. I don't know how long that fight is going to be because I haven't really asked a lot about, I don't really care about the big fight. I wanted to know things about, like, how big of a role does Cyborg have, what we're going to see for Flash's arc, how much Batman are we getting, are we going to get the Deathstroke and Batman fight, and mostly the only stuff that I've heard the past week is just Joker related. The costumes the Joker has, and the interaction that Batman and the Joker have. They have a couple scenes together where they're actually interacting with one another, which is things people have wanted from this DC cinematic, DC universe. When Batman and the Joker are around, they wanted them to have kind of this banter back and forth. And it's going to be very different because Joker's responsible for burning down his house and killing his son, Dick Grayson. So, I mean, Affleck's Batman hates Joker, and yet either he's working with him or he's fighting against him. From what it looked like in the trailer, this is a part years later where they're working together, or Batman is going to him to find out about probably where the kryptonite is hidden, because if you remember in BVS, the nightmare sequence, Batman was trying to get a hold of the kryptonite to kill Superman. So maybe that's the type of thing that you're going to see, like an Ocean's 12 type thing, the remaining Justice Leaguers or the humans working together to try to kill Superman, and of course it's going to end badly, but I like to think that maybe it's not the kryptonite. Maybe they're looking for parts to create the cosmic treadmill to send Flash back in time, because that was a actual part of Zack Snyder's original Justice League 1 and 2, the cosmic treadmill. So maybe they're tracking down alien technology together, which would explain why both Joker and Batman are seen in kind of like this weird kind of stone or white walled structure or something like that. So I would think they're going to get parts for the cosmic treadmill, and Joker's going to die, and then they'll flash forward and have Batman using the Joker card on his AK-47, maybe out of respect for something that Joker does. I don't know, but it's going to be really interesting to see what Batman is going to do, and rather Ben. But that stuff between Batman and the Joker, that was not in the original Justice League. I can tell you for a fact that was never... I don't think Joker was planned until just flashbacks. Nothing in the Nightmare sequence. Same thing for Deathstroke. Those characters were all dead. They only had like a few, I guess, a few survivors of humanity. Way worse than the Thanos snap, because, you know, Thanos is kind of nicer than Darkseid. Darkseid will do anything to find the anti-life equation, which means basically obliterating all life anywhere. Thanos from the MCU had a type of plan where he was only going to destroy half the universe so that the rest of, you know, the aliens and life could survive. Darkseid doesn't play that. Darkseid, if you're in his way, you're toast. The fact that he destroys Earth, essentially, and doesn't really care what happens to the Earth, I mean, it's just case in point. It's kind of like Earth is a rest stop for Darkseid on his way to conquer the anti-life equation. I don't know if the anti-life equation is going to be a key aspect of this film or not. I think it's just going to be about the mother and the father boxes, which is, you know, makes sense. Also, Cyborg might be responsible for, at least I'm pretty sure I saw a quick glimpse in the trailer where it showed Flash running up behind Cyborg, and they're both like sucked into the mother box or into the Speed Force. I can't really tell because I would have to slow down that scene, but it really looks like that is going to happen in the movie, as well as that blue aura. When you see Flash in a previous trailer running, that's Flash inside the Speed Force. For whatever reason, they're making it blue in this movie. I don't know why. That was a core complaint that people had with Flash's lightning in the last movie, though, is it wasn't really yellow. So, you know, it is what it is. They're going to take free liberties with things. Probably by the time Flash's actual movie takes place, with Ezra Miller, Keaton, Ben Affleck, and whoever else is going to be in it, he'll probably get his yellow lightning, but pretty sure that blue stuff is supposed to be this version of the Speed Force. For Barry Allen, because he's just learning everything, or I don't know, maybe they just thought blue is cooler because in terms of science, blue is hotter than red. So, you know, is what it is. I'm not going to nitpick it. I don't care. Cyborg is going to have a lot of stuff in the movie, which a lot of people are calling him the heart of the Justice League. They're not wrong in that aspect. Cyborg was supposed to have a huge role. That not necessarily was going to be that happy ending that you saw with Whedon's version, where he and his dad are standing next to one another. I'm not going to spoil anything, but probably from the tone of my voice, that's not going to happen with Snyder's version, as far as I know. Cyborg is not in for a lot of happy fun times in terms of, you know, family picnics. We'll say that. The Iris West stuff is going to be interesting. I don't know. I guess they're going to get rid of the sequence where Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen meet for the first time. I don't see Bruce sitting in the chair and, you know, being in That's My Second Favorite Chair. I'm pretty sure that's Whedon. I don't think that is I don't think that's a Snyder thing. It doesn't feel like a Snyder thing. I need friends. Sign me up. I think that Flash is going to be very skittish and afraid to use his powers. and somehow either Bruce or Diana is going to be the one to track him down. I don't even know if Bruce is really going to put together the team as much as Diana is. I could see him, like, maybe running into the Flash after his powers did something with Iris, where he saves Iris from that car. But I don't see him sitting in Flash's second favorite chair. So if you like that scene, I don't think that's a Snyder scene at all. I'm pretty sure it's not. Has too much jokes in it. Ben Affleck looks very uncomfortable in those scenes. So I'm going to say that's not, not it. Whenever Ben looks uncomfortable and doesn't want to be on screen, that's Whedon's stuff. Pretty sure. Whenever Zack is directing, Ben looks really happy and he's actually having fun. And whenever, Jost is doing his thing, all the actors look miserable because he's kind of a jerk. So everybody was kind of spoiled in working with Zack, because Zack he's a good guy. I mean, I might not like him as a fellow comic book person, but I can respect his vision and his artistic talent, his just all out awesomeness for being able to film a scene and things like that. His story, I'd probably butt heads with him a little bit if I was even as talented as him. I think I'm pretty good when it comes to comic book stuff. I could run circles around him. But, he does a pretty good job. Once people see the movie, I think you guys will be able to piece together the trilogy the way it's supposed to be. And, of course, all the Snyder cultist people are going to be saying that this is the best thing since pre-sliced bagels. I don't know. I think that a lot of people are going to complain about how long it is, but it's going to have a lot of consistency with it. Like, you'll be able to understand, because you saw Man of Steel, you saw BVS Ultimate Edition, and going into Snyder Cut's Justice League, you'll really understand a lot more about what's going on with the story and how it all connects, because he's really good at that. I'll give him that. He's very good at connecting his puzzle pieces. It's when his movies aren't finished that it gets kind of confusing, because you can't go back and be like, all right, so what was Snyder trying to do here? Everything has a purpose. The bell being rung is all being shown now between the death of Superman and the Apocalypse invasion. Batman's nightmare is going to be even more detailed in Snyder Cut. You're going to get a lot more Nightmare Earth, and I'm excited about that. I like the Injustice storyline stuff, so I think that's kind of cool. I don't think that Batman's going to be going after the Kryptonite, though. I think they're going to be putting together the cosmic treadmill. There's going to be a lot of time travel, I think, in this movie. At least a few times. Yeah, you're going to see some core members of the League die, probably. And who knows what they're going to do. Zack has already moved on to another movie, though. I don't think he's doing anything else with DC, unless they basically fall on their knees and beg him to, be like, hey, we understand you had a vision and we shouldn't have screwed around with you. If I was Zack, I'd just be like, nope, I told my story. Yeah, good luck. It's never going to happen. You could throw all the money at the world at me. Nope. Even if you gave me creative control, I'm not doing it. I'm not saying he won't do that, but, I mean, I would do it because they kind of screwed him over quite a bit. And just seeing the trailer, I've already watched it now. Oh, my gosh. I've probably seen the new trailer at least 15 times today. It's pretty good. I like it. I like that everything makes sense. I'm really curious to see more of the Wonder Bat stuff. I don't know if he's going to really be pushing those two together, but I want to see the thing where they're in the Batcave together talking, like at the Bat computer. Not the weird stuff where she's popping his shoulder into place. That's Whedon. That's Whedon's crazy thing where they make Wonder Woman like in her costume, and they made her like look really pretty, and Bruce is all kind of damaged up and she pops his shoulder back into place. That had Whedon all over it. Ben looks so uncomfortable. Gal Gadot looks so uncomfortable in that scene. I think the scenes where she's wearing her civilian attire are some of the cooler Ben Affleck like Wonder Woman sequences. So that's what I'm talking about, where they were sitting at the back computer together talking about who's going to go talk to this Justice Leaguer or hero to recruit them. I like that we're going to see more of Diana doing some like archaeology stuff, which she is an archaeology person, so it's cool that she's going to uncover the Darkseid thing, and we're going to see more of the war of heroes, learn a bit more about that. You're going to see a lot of Amazons die and Twitter freak out. No, why are you doing this to women? It's like, well, I mean, Amazons have died since all the other movies. Just, you know, even in the Wonder Woman movie that was done by Patty Jenkins, and possibly Wonder Woman 84, I don't know. I mean, Amazons, you know, they're an entire race of women warriors. I mean, they're gonna be the first to really fight and fight ruthlessly, and Apocalypse minions don't mess around. If anything, the fight that we originally saw with Steppenwolf, I mean, it was almost like the guy was pulling his punches because they were girls, and there's no pulling punches anymore. There's a lot of death, and that R rating is going to be more than justified when you see some of the other stuff that happens in the movie. Let's see, what other things happened in the trailer that was interesting? It's possible that Deathstroke is actually there with Batman and Joker, or he might be dead or die. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't heard much of the Deathstroke actor's involvement in the film other than breaking Lex out of prison in the present. But Lex never said, let me just be clear, Lex Luthor never said, we need to build a league of our own. That was Whedon. I don't believe they ever shot Lex and Deathstroke on Lex's yacht. I think that was all Whedon stuff. They had a Deathstroke and Lex scene, but it wasn't anything cheesy like, we're going to make an Injustice movie. No. Injustice Gang or Legion of Doom type thing. No. That was not the plan. That, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure that was just Josh being Josh, like, I'm going to make this movie like the Avengers, and the next thing that DC's going to do that they're going to want me to direct is a Legion of Doom movie. Nope. Didn't happen. So, I will say this, though. Recently, I rewatched the 2017 movie, and I think that Josh would be good at making a Batman film because the rooftop scene wasn't too cringy. It's just when they had that random goon up there when Batman was fighting the Parademon. Like, it was a believable opening to a Batman movie. Like, aside from the annoying rooftop comedian thug guy. He kind of ruined it quite a bit. All the forced humor ruined it. So that's gone. No more Russian family. No more really awkward humor except maybe from the Flash because he's nervous. Like, they'll actually have a reason for why he's using humor. He's projecting because he's scared. I'm pretty sure the line about, like, just save one person, I don't think that's Zack either. I don't really see Batman being this type of mentor to the Flash the way he was in the 2017 movie. I feel like that was Whedon trying to compete with Sony's Spider-Man and Iron Man type, like, you know, relationship. I don't see Ben being super mentor-like. I see him instructing the Flash, maybe as like a lower-end soldier, I guess a private or something like that in an army, but I don't see him actually caring about a lot of the Justice League members to the point that we saw in the 2017 movie. Yeah, he's on a quest for repentance for his actions, which you'll see played out a lot better in the movie, but I don't see him being kind of like Uncle Batman to all these different League members, aside from Diana, which I think he has a thing for, so that's kind of why he's really nice to Diana, if you were paying attention to BVS and even the original Justice League movie. They were really trying to push those two together. Her writing Bruce about what happened to Steve. The only question I have now, if this is its own separate continuity, are we getting Wonder Bat? Because she had this weird Steve Trevor thing in Wonder Woman 84 that was really awkward. And just, I don't know. I have no idea what they were doing with that. But I mean, Wonder Woman 84 contradicts both BVS and Justice League and Snyder Cut now, because Wonder Woman at the end of Wonder Woman, the first movie, she gave up being Wonder Woman. And then Wonder Woman 84, it's like, hello, here I am. Okay. You know? So what is Patty and all these other people going to do? Are they going to use, is the Snyder Cut going to become the blueprint for the rest of, you know, the DC cinematic universe if it's successful, or are they just going to ignore it? That's what I don't understand, because seeing this trailer over and over again and pausing it and looking at different parts of it, it's not the same universe. This is not anything what we saw. I mean, Batman looks a little bit depressed, which is fine. I mean, I guess he feels bad and feels responsible for Superman dying, whereas before he looked kind of happy and smug. Go back and watch Justice League 2017. The Bruce Wayne that's putting together the Justice League, he doesn't look like he's somber and on a quest for repentance. It's just like he's putting a band together. You know, it's like even the music they had for that, like the rock music and stuff like that, it just feels like he's a talent scout. Doesn't feel like he even feels super bad about Superman dying. Whereas in Snyder's version, where you see Batman staring at a hologram of Superman being all obsessed over, you know, what happened, it feels like two different character portrayals of Batman. You know what I mean? Very, very different. So, it's going to be interesting. It really is. I'm trying to think what else happened in the trailer that we could talk about. Ooh, we could talk about Darkseid and his forces a little bit. So there's going to be some scenes that will take place on Apokolips with Darkseid, Granny Goodness, Darkseid, and you can just see the difference in what the DC cinematic universe is going to have to deal with Darkseid compared to, you know, some other stuff. I mean, that army looked a lot bigger than some of the other alien armies we've seen invade Earth. I was pretty impressed that, you know, most of that was all CG. There's a lot of stuff going on Apokolips. I like how Apokolips looks like a medieval kingdom and, you know, not kind of like this techno-organic hell place that we've seen in so many different versions of DC Comics. Earth is going to get terraformed a little bit to kind of match Apokolips, but I like the red skies and stuff like that on Apokolips, that the kind of orangish red thing. And the fact that later in the movie, they show the skies becoming red like that, I think that's really cool. I'm pretty sure they took that out of Whedon's movie, except when those different machines were doing stuff with the sky and stuff and transforming it so that the Apokolips invasion could begin when Steppenwolf was gathering the mother boxes. But from what I remember, they didn't really explain that very well in the Justice League movie. It's just kind of like, oh, the sky's all red and weird. And some people are like, hey, is that a reference to the Batman animated series Red Skies? It's like, it could be, but it could just be the world is being terraformed to make way for Darkseid's arrival, which they only mentioned Darkseid's name once in the 2017 movie. I'm pretty sure. And mostly it's just Steppenwolf talking to his mother, which his mother is the mother boxes. So it makes sense, but it still was kind of dumb. Some people are making fun of the fact that Steppenwolf still looks kind of gross after he takes off his armor. I mean, what do people want? He's an alien. They're trying to make them look like aliens. They're not trying to make them look like humanoid, like godlike. They're gray alien creatures that are kind of like lizard or dinosaur-like. So yeah, when he takes off his armor and stuff like that, he looks a little weird. That's to be expected. That's the direction that Zack is going. The aliens are going to look more like Darkseid. Darkseid is kind of like this stone, grayish, alien-looking person. And his world is not going to have a lot of color in it. His armor is going to be like very black and gray. In the invasion at the beginning of the movie, or around that time when Diana is talking about the War of the Heroes, Darkseid shows up without really any armor or protection. You know, you just see this kind of grayish blue alien mask guy fighting the Greek gods and whatever people challenged him at the time. The world of man, the Amazons, aliens, Greek gods, whatever. I don't remember. And then it's this battle that probably makes him put on armor later on for his next time that he invades Earth. And the only reason he hasn't really come after Earth right now is because Superman was on it, but the god is dead, so, you know, Darkseid's coming. And in order to make way for Darkseid to come, Steppenwolf is sent to Earth, which he was sent first to kind of give the knowledge of Lex to take down Superman with this weird Doomsday creature. I really hope that Doomsday shows up again, not in this movie, but in the future, and they actually do Doomsday right, because that weird Quasimodo Zod troll thing, that was stupid. They could have still had Zod transform into regular Doomsday. They didn't have to do like this weird, whatever, blobbish troll thing that was. That was dumb. I hated that. Even the Ultimate Edition, it's like, yeah, you explain it more. Zod's body's turned into this thing. It's half human, half whatever, but it really could have looked like regular Doomsday. They could have done it. I don't know why they didn't. Nobody knows why they didn't. I guess Zack was just being like, yeah, I kind of like this version of a Zod Doom, Zoom Dods. I don't know. I hate that. It was stupid. But you're probably going to get to see Zod again briefly as Doomsday, like killing Superman, because I'm pretty sure that's how the movie opens up. Either that or Batman is remembering the death of Superman. I don't know. But definitely the credits is different with the Arctic thing, which is going to be pretty cool. Let's see, what else? We already talked about Joker's quote. Already talked about the fact that Joker was wearing the bulletproof vest, which I told you guys was happening. Which you still haven't seen the front of his costume yet. It's pretty messed up that he has so many police badges on him. You know, the fact that Batman is even hanging out with a guy probably responsible for killing a lot of his GCPD friends is really interesting. It also shows that Batman is willing to work with anybody to defeat Superman and to, you know, save what's left of humanity. So, I mean, I guess that shows the strength of his character, and probably secretly he does want to kill Joker. But whether or not that's going to play out in the movie, I don't know. We'll find out. But it's going to be pretty intense to see, because I think Jim Gordon's badge is like one of the things on Joker's vest. Like it says commissioner or something like that, so it's going to be like, whoa. But you'll see Jim Gordon in the present at least a few times. I don't know if all the sequences that Jim or the JJ actor shot were Zack Snyder stuff or it was Whedon, but you'll see some Jim Gordon stuff. Not a lot. But let's see, what else? Wonder Woman. We haven't really talked about Wonder Woman's role in the movie. Wonder Woman is going to do a lot. Not just getting together most of the principal cast of the Justice League, but you're really going to get to see her fight ferociously, which is something you haven't really gotten to see before because they have always had PG-13 movies with Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, I'm pretty sure, is the one responsible for cutting off Steppenwolf's head and sending it through the boom tube to Darkseid, which then ticks him off and then he kills everybody probably. But she's going to do a lot of awesome stuff with her sword and her powers and things like that. I don't know if Aquaman is going to get knocked around a lot by Steppenwolf. They basically made the Justice League look like they were really weak fighting Steppenwolf in the first movie. I'm pretty sure Steppenwolf does not last long in this one. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and some other people like make pretty quick work of him. And Superman is going to be in the movie a little bit, but I don't know if he fights Darkseid in it, or if he fights Steppenwolf at all. I guess we'll find out. There's a lot of changes to this movie compared to what Zack originally said his Justice League movie was going to be. There were so many reshoots done with Ben Affleck and Jared Leto and Gal Gadot and the Martian Manhunter actor, and I think Amy Adams did some stuff too. Oh, one of the core things that's going to be changing about this movie that they kind of completely abandoned for the 2017 movie. How many of you guys remember Lois being the key? There's going to be more of a semi-focus on that in this 4-hour movie, where, you know, Lois is the key to Superman, which for most audiences, they didn't really explain that in the Justice League movie at all. They just gave us really stupid jokes, and they kind of sacrificed a lot of the actual narrative for Avengers-style humor and stuff like that. So we were kind of like in the dark about a lot of the stuff that they cut. So you'll see a little bit more of that, which they haven't really highlighted in the movie at all. Superman's not going to say death was itchy anymore, which is good. That was Whedon. That was dumb. What's death like? It's itchy. Okay. That happened. That's something, I suppose. There's going to be a lot more heartfelt stuff. I think he's going to propose to Lois officially in the movie, which I believe was Zack's cinematography. You have to go back and watch the first Justice League trailers before Josh Whedon got involved, and then you'll be able to tell what was Zack's stuff and what Josh's was, because there's a whole lot more footage that Zack had, plus he added more footage of the reshoot stuff, which is mostly Nightmare and some other cool sequences, but there was a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor because I think they were worried about the movie being rated R originally and too violent and stuff like that. We can't have... kids are going to go see this movie. You can't have Steppenwolf have his head cut off. You can't do that. Why not? It's cool. Nope, you can't do that. What else are you planning on doing? Oh, no, another Nightmare sequence? Yeah, that didn't test well with our audience of, like, tweens and kids, so no, you can't do that. We don't want any more Nightmare sequences. Can't do that. What else? Oh, no, ooh, nope, can't have any Leaguers die. Nope, make sure they all have this triumphant thing at the end where they're standing and looking off into the horizon full of hope. We need to have that be the ending, too. Okay. So, you know, you're not really going to get that. Which is, I mean, I don't care. That's fine. Although that sequence at the end where they're all smiling and stuff, that was filmed at one part of the movie. And that is Zack Snyder's footage because he actually, if you look at the behind-the-scenes stuff, which there is a documentary coming, by the way. I don't know if the documentary is going to release in March of 2021 or if they're going to save it for April. But there's supposed to be a documentary that's coming about the Snyder Cut. And you get to see a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff and, you know, things that they were shooting. But I believe it's on Zack's personal Vero account or one of his social media accounts. It has a picture with the Justice League standing triumphantly, you know, in that sequence where they're on Batman's weird hover bat thing. I forgot the name of it. Flying Fox, which is such a weird name for a bat vehicle. But anyway, Zack is in the middle with his cast and on a green screen, and they took a picture. I don't know when that's going to happen in the movie. I'm sure that's still going to be in the film because it was one of his footage. There's going to be a lot of action. So just like with BVS, count on a lot of action and not so much slow-paced, Whedon narrative stuff. It's going to be a lot of action-packed stuff. Some dialogue and then Michael Bay-style random stuff. That's one of the core differences between Zack and Josh Whedon. Is Whedon does have action, but it has action to fit, you know, a bunch of dialogue that happened prior. And Zack likes to have a lot of action, a little bit of dialogue, and you had to watch his previous movies to understand where he's going with the story. So if you haven't seen Man of Steel or BVS and you're going into Justice League, probably going to be pretty confused because they tried to make Justice League feel like a different movie in its tone compared to BVS. so that the film it didn't really fit like this was the same movie where Superman died. So you're really gonna feel that, like the camera angles, the way that the color looks, the tone of the film, just from the trailers that we've seen and the little teasers. This is definitely a continuation of BVS. Like, you won't feel out of place watching it. You might because of how long it is, but you know, you're gonna be sucked back into this world real quick, assuming you stay awake for the whole thing. Not to, slight anybody or anything like that, but that's something to consider. I'm on board though. Dan Jargon, Superman comic book guy who originally didn't like the 2017 movie. From what I remember on Twitter today, he said he is pretty happy with Snyder's vision of Justice League. He likes it. He likes that Superman is wearing the regeneration suit. All he said was, "I'm on board. I'm hyped," or whatever. So I follow him because he was a Nightwing writer for a little while, and I thought he did okay with Nightwing recently. But the guy is known for Superman. I mean, he killed Superman. He did the whole Doomsday thing, and Dan did not like how Doomsday was portrayed in BVS. And he didn't like the 2017 Justice League movie. So the fact that he, either DC and Warner Media or whatever, are telling all the comic book pros to play nice with Snyder now, or a lot of these comic pros are really on board. I don't know. I can't really tell what's going on with comic pros because a lot of them are two-faced. They all have their views on certain things, and it affects a lot of what they do. And they're not shy about being very opinionated about things. So it's hard for me to know if this is legit or if they're just helping, push this movie. I won't know. But I'd like to think that Dan is being sincere, because regeneration suit, Superman looks like he's going to be a really interesting character in the movie. He doesn't just feel like this guy that is thrown into the movie for, whatever reasons to have Superman in it. Superman is going to have a story arc in it, which is good, instead of him just showing up and being in the movie 15 minutes. Batman is going to have a much bigger role. Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash's role is going to make more sense. There's going to be a lot more psychology elements in the movie. There's going to be a lot of Easter eggs, because Zack loves Easter eggs, so you're going to see more DC characters. You guys already know about Ryan Choi. You know about Martian Manhunter. You know about Green Lantern. So, there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff that people watching the movie, DC fans, will get a lot of the Easter eggs. Be very happy with it, I think. Whether or not I'm going to watch this movie more than once, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really like 4-hour films. If I ever downloaded this movie, I would break it up into hour segments to watch like every once in a while. But I don't like epic Lord of the Rings movies that are this long, because I only watched them like once. I did watch what was it? BVS Ultimate. Isn't it like close to 3 hours long? I've seen that movie 3 times because I thought it was pretty good, and it made sense from a story point of view when you actually watch the longer movies. Zack's movies have to be long just so you know what's going on. I don't think he's very good at doing short stories. He has to be able to tell his story, and every character has some pretty big stuff. I don't know if Lois Lane is going to have an arc in the movie, though, other than being the key to Superman. Lois is the key, and without Lois, humanity is doomed. I think that's going to be her story. Whereas before, I don't remember what she did in Justice League. I can't remember if she was... I thought tracking down Lex was BVS. That was her story, like being a reporter. And in Justice League, I don't remember her doing much, I'm sorry. Martha Kent and Lois, I don't really remember having a significant role in the movie. They were just kind of there. And then when Superman was in the movie, there was more to him and them. But I think probably since Amy Adams was around for reshoots, I'm sure she has something in the film. I just don't know what it is, because, like I said, if it's not Batman characters, I don't care. I don't bother my contacts or sources for anything other than Batman-related stuff because it's not in my wheelhouse. A lot of people have these misconceptions that I know a lot about, DC Comics and Justice League. No, I only know about Batman stuff. I only ever bother people about Batman stuff, whether it's animated, video games, comic books. I don't care. I don't even really see myself as a DC fan in general. I got into DC Comics because of great story people like Dwayne McDuffie and Paul Dini and things like that. Through their animated shows like Justice League, Batman the Animated Series. If Batman is a part of the Justice League, yeah, I've picked up Justice League books over the years. I really like Tower of Babel and some other Justice League stories, Identity Crisis, things like that. But if Batman's not involved in the League, I don't really read about it. It's just not my thing. I like Batman. I like Bruce Wayne as Batman. I wasn't a big fan of Jean-Paul Valley. I like Dick Grayson as Batman. I'm still on the fence about Tim Fox. He's okay. He's kind of like... he feels kind of like Silver Age Batman. Like with his humor and how he approaches things. He's a very... He's not like Batman at all. He's not a scary character. I don't know. I don't like Silver Age Batman, so yeah. Maybe they can make Tim Fox feel more like a Bruce Wayne Batman, but I don't think they're going to. It's just not what they're trying to do with their DC future state thing. But whatever. But anyway, I think that basically sums up about my thoughts about the trailer. I thought it was good. I watched it a lot. I'm very curious to see what the final trailer is going to be. Supposedly there's another trailer coming sometime next month. And Zack is going to try to push to get this in theaters, which I don't see that happening, but that's just me. So I'll open up the floor to you guys if you have any comments. I did pop my jaw during the stream, so I'm going to take about 15 comments, and then we're going to wrap for... I don't know what I need to do anymore. I think I'll go to sleep. I don't know. Wow, 1,000 people watching. What the heck? Seriously? That's cool. I don't have a trailer or anything to show you guys. It's just me talking. There's really nothing happening right now. It's just 1,000 people watching just a picture. I feel bad for you guys. I feel so bad. Filmmakers need to read more Batman books than Death in the Family, Killing Joke, Long Halloween, No Man's Land, Nightfall, and Dark Knight Returns. I agree. I agree 100% with you. Imagine if Superman kills all the villains and no one dies. Frankly, I want Superman to die. He makes the villains look like... Can't repeat the rest of yours, anime lover. Bruce is wearing Jim's jacket. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He is. He's wearing the trench coat. I would never go see a 4-hour movie. Endgame was kind of long to sit through. I left during Endgame, actually. I got up to use the bathroom a couple times because I was bored. I saw the entire, final battle and stuff like that, but some of the movie I just left because I was just I don't want to sit through this. Zack says there's a 10-minute intermission if a plan for theatrical. No. I'm not going to see this in theaters. Forget it. I'm not doing that. Yes, Granny Goodness is in Snydercut. He's not allowed to do it anymore. If I do Lego games, guys, it'll be as live streams, and the art will be very adult looking. I really want to play some Lego Batman games, actually. Did you like Endgame? Yeah, I liked it. I didn't stay for all of it. I only stayed for the interesting parts because the movie was kind of boring. That's what I'm worried about. That's why I don't like long films, is because it's really hard to... keep that momentum going, you know? I mean, BVS was okay as almost a 3-hour movie or whatever, but it kind of dragged on a little bit. I'm concerned about the length of this. That's why, I've been a big supporter of the Snyder Cut in terms of it getting released and knowing that it existed for years or whatever. But I don't like the idea of a 4-hour movie. I think that is really going to not drive subscriptions to the HBO Max service. But if they announce that they're going to do a Batman miniseries, I think that would drive subscriptions quite a bit. If they had their own Mandalorian, And face it, Batman is the cash cow of DC. So if they gave Ben Affleck his own series, forget about it. Did you like Man of Steel? More or less, yeah. I liked a lot of Man of Steel. They made it. They made Superman a bit different than we've seen on film. They didn't make him like a character that just brings hope with him wherever he is. They made a, post 9/11 Superman, basically. I mean, I still like the Superman that is able to find the hope in every person, and he aspires to be that character. This Superman, at least from what we've seen, he's not really like the comic book Superman. He's kind of like the New 52 Superman, which it's a mixed bag for me. But I liked Man of Steel. I thought it was a really well done movie. I liked it better than the Brandon Routh Superman film. But the Brandon Routh Superman film was supposed to be a trilogy, so we were supposed to see more of that Superman, and we never did. Man of Steel, yeah, I liked that version of Superman. And BVS made me like him more, and I still say that he died way too soon. Like, if anything, he probably should have died in this movie. But that's just me. I think killing the main character was too soon, because he didn't even get his second movie. Like, there was no... What they should have done is they should have done Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, then Man of Steel 2, then Justice League, and then Superman could have died in Man of Steel 2. Like, you could have met Batman and Superman, they could have fought, something could have happened with Lois, and then they could have ended on a cliffhanger or something like that. And then they could have led into the whole Doomsday thing and Wonder Woman. That's just me, but whatevs. Yeah, Superman makes sense in this universe. Did Ben Affleck come back for reshoots, K-Wing? Yes, he did. Ben Affleck came back for reshoots. You saw him in the trailer today. That was 2020 Ben Affleck with Jared Leto. There was no sequence where Jared Leto and Ben Affleck interacted in the same scene in Justice League. There was supposed to be flashbacks in a Ben Affleck Batman movie with Jared Leto as Joker, the killing of Robin and things like that, but it really wasn't going to be an actual interaction. Like, they didn't really plan to have Joker as one of the villains in Ben Affleck's Arkham movie. They were just going to do a flashback to Robin being dead or whatever, with Joker killing him. And how Joker killed him originally is different than how Joker kills him now, if they're going to show it or not. As far as I know, Leto's Joker's only showing up in the Nightmare world, but they might have a flashback. I don't know. I know that Joker has several scenes in the movie, but I don't know what all the scenes are. So, that's all I can tell you. Does Darkseid fight the League in the movie? Unsure. It's possible. He did not fight them in the original Justice League. In the original Justice League movie that we were going to see in 2017, Wonder Woman cuts off Steppenwolf's head, sends it through the boom tube. Darkseid gets the head, mutters something, and then the film ends with the Justice League doing something heroic or whatever, and it leads into Justice League Part 2, where that's the invasion of Darkseid. Since this movie contains ideas of Justice League and Justice League Part 2, it's possible Darkseid could end up, like, wiping out the League, either in a flashback sequence or in the present. I don't know. There's supposed to be a Darkseid fight, but I haven't heard whether or not when it takes place. Like, if it's a flashback that Ben is experiencing for what led to the nightmare sequence, or if literally Darkseid just shows up after Wonder Woman, sends the head through the portal. We'll find out. I mean, it's a much longer movie than it was supposed to be. Before, the movie was only supposed to be, 3 hours long? There's another additional hour now. So who knows where it's going to go? I don't know. I'm interested in what they could do. But I mean, Zack says he's done after this, supposedly. So I mean, there could be a Darkseid fight. Don't know. We'll find out. I see it more like what happened with, when Superman fought the Justice League, because that was actually Zack Snyder's fight. They just really watered it down. Like, Whedon watered down the fight between all those characters, and he made it kind of comedic, like the zooming in on Flash, like, oh no, how can this guy see me in the Speed Force or whatever. And Cyborg was supposed to interact with a police officer and all kinds of stuff. Like the fight with Superman at the Monument, that was Zack's stuff, but they shortened it tremendously. It's supposed to be a longer fight and not jokey, really. And Lois is brought in, of course, and things like that. But, I mean, they changed how some of that stuff was done. I could see the Darkseid fight happening as, like, a flashback, like that Flash is experiencing as he's traveling through time or something like that. And it would be, like, kind of a slow-motion fight. Like, you would see Darkseid kill Wonder Woman quickly, probably, like, stab her, impale Aquaman, maim Cyborg, enslave Superman, and have Flash and Batman flee. And then, the world is plunged into darkness, and Superman and his regime take over, and Batman is in his insurgents or whatever, fighting Superman's forces and trying to do whatever they can to go back to the past to prevent all this. I could see that happening, but an actual story sequence where Darkseid comes and kills people in real time, leading to some other stuff in the movie, I don't think so. I think the Darkseid fight that you're going to see is going to be very brief. It will be told in like a past point of view, and it will be in some way connected to the nightmare sequence. And the nightmare thing is going to be pretty long. I think the nightmare thing is like 20 minutes long this time. That's why... See, originally, when it was going to be a miniseries, they had, like, names for episodes. Like, there was going to be a Flash episode, a Cyborg, Nightmare, a Superman, and then a finale. There was, like, going to be 5 or 6 parts. So, a Nightmare sequence was supposed to be, like, pretty much all 1 hour episode. In the original plan, before it became the 4-hour movie, which I was still taken aback by that. It's like, what? You've been telling people it was going to be a miniseries for, 6 months? Okay, now it's a movie. I know Zack always wanted it to be a movie, but it's going to be so long. I'm just not... I don't like long things. Happy early birthday, Blackwing. Glad Valentine's Day is over. K-Wing, is it true Wonder Woman 1984 was woke? I really don't want to get into it. I will say that Wonder Woman 84, for people who are annoyed with NPC culture and, people pushing the envelope, it has some of that stuff, but if you consider yourself woke, it's not woke enough for you. Like, it's like a tightrope movie. It kind of ticks both sides off, but it doesn't go either way. It would probably lead more toward the woke side of things, but, because I have friends who are on both sides of that, like, political spectrum, and they both hated the movie. So, I saw the movie and I was just kind of like, I could see why this would upset somebody. I could see why that scene might make people roll their eyes. I have a feeling that if they do a third movie and they lean more toward that one side of the political spectrum, then it'll probably be terrible. But I mean, the movie was just kind of lukewarm. I don't know. I don't want to say that, but I mean, Amber, my wife only watched half of the movie, and I was like, so you want to see the rest? And she's like, no. I like Wonder Woman. I don't like this. So we watched the older Wonder Woman movie, and she stayed through all of that, but she wouldn't watch. That was my core reason for... I mean, the Snyder Cut was my reason for getting HBO Max anyway. But she didn't finish it. She doesn't want to. And I'm pretty sure it's not even on the service anymore. She didn't like it, and she's a Wonder Woman fan. But I mean, she's more of a Hawkgirl fan than Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is her second favorite DC character. It goes, if I remember correctly, Hawkgirl, Wonder Woman, Jon Stewart, or maybe Jon Stewart is number 2, because she likes both of those. She loved Dwayne McDuffie's Justice League show, and the way he wrote John and Shaira. So those two are kind of like her number 1 in terms of like Justice League characters. And then it would go Wonder Woman. But Wonder Woman, how she was portrayed in Justice League. And she likes Gal Gadot, so. But yeah, she didn't, after the Indiana Jones, like, car sequence, she didn't watch the rest of the movie. She didn't care for it. So, I mean, usually my wife, I give her, like, a good judge of character for films. And if she doesn't watch a movie all the way through, then it means the movie's not very good. As a critic, I sit through everything. And then, you know, put together what my opinion of the movie is going to be after I've watched the whole thing. Amber's not like that. If she doesn't like something, she doesn't watch the rest of it ever. So I don't think I'm going to get the movie on Blu-ray or anything like that. Because I don't really want to own it. Unless they have like some type of director's cut or something that would improve it. The original Wonder Woman movie is still better, and we had so much fun with the Aquaman and Shazam movies. I'm hopeful that Wonder Woman 3 would be pretty good, but if it's anything like 84, I'm worried. But you have to remember, if Snyder Cut resets everything, then you're going to get the cool version of Wonder Woman that you're going to see next month. So that's just my honest opinion. If you guys have, you know, whatever you view of Wonder Woman 84, that's just my thought on it. If you love the movie, cool. You know, different strokes, different folks. And I thought it was average. What is my opinion on Angry Joe? Haven't talked to him in 10 years, so I have no opinion. He's got my number. Do you think Snyder Cut will retain the thing where Wayne Manor becomes the Hall of Justice? No, that was Whedon. I don't see... Since Joker's responsible for destroying Wayne Manor, and Batman keeping it as kind of a mausoleum because that's where Robin was killed, I don't see him ever doing anything with Wayne Manor again. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. They had a different way that Robin died before. He died in like an alleyway, very reminiscent to Crime Alley by Joker. And actually, Joker didn't kill Robin originally. It was Harley Quinn. Now, in this version, in the Snyder universe, Joker's responsible for killing Robin, Dick Grayson. But he wasn't in costume. He was Dick Grayson. And it may be related to the burning of Wayne Manor. I don't know. I don't have details on that because there's really not a lot that they're going to show in the Snyder Cut. This is just where Zack's imagination is running with how everything works out now. And how Batman interacts with Joker in the nightmare aspect of reality. So the future. I wish people would stop calling it nightmare because it's future Earth. It's not, this is a potential thing. No, this is what happens when Lois Lane dies and Darkseid arrives on Earth. Darkseid wins. Earth is destroyed. It's not a nightmare. It's what is going to happen. Like, that was always the plan. They were going to do an Injustice thing because Zack likes Injustice. But he wanted to make Injustice darker. So instead of just Metropolis being nuked, I mean, most of the world is destroyed by Darkseid and his army. Like, just gone. Very few survivors left on Earth, except for Batman's ragtag group of humans, and he's like the leader of the resistance. There's not a lot of people left. Superman is on Earth to try to rule it, but he's basically a slave of Darkseid. Although, he's not really under mind control, which is different. It's just like Superman isn't under mind control in Injustice. He loses Lois, he loses his family, and he goes crazy. Pretty much that's what happens with Henry Cavill's Superman. He's not, like, enslaved by Darkseid or mind-programmed like, the Superman animated series, because that's what this was inspired by. If you remember the Superman animated series thing where Darkseid enslaves Superman and, you know, winds him up, and they even have a reference to it in the Justice League cartoon show, where Kevin Conroy had a great line against Superman. Wound you up and spit you back on the people of Earth. Boo-hoo. You know? That's such a great line. And Superman was just like, oh, dang. You know? Cry me a river. That's, Batman just... We still haven't seen that version of Batman in film. I hope I live to see that someday. I want to see Batman that is just not afraid of basically telling Superman how it is. I don't think we're going to get that in this movie either. But Lois is the key, and Superman is going to be the ruler of Earth with his injustice regime army, wearing the Superman armbands, working with parademons, all that other stuff. So, I don't see Shazam being in the movie. Cry me a river. Yeah, that was a quote. Yep. K-Wing, do you think we'll see Joker burning Wayne Manor in the Snyder Cut? Probably, like, briefly. Like, I'm pretty sure that you're going to see Dick Grayson's gravestone, and Batman is going to open up to Wonder Woman about his dead son. And it'll be told, like, in quick flashbacks. Kind of like the sequence where the Waynes were murdered in BVS, but it'll be much quicker. I don't think they're going to spend a lot of time in it. I just hope that Joker's laugh isn't the because I hate that laugh. It's stupid. It's out of all the Joker laughs, I hate that. It's dumb. I don't like it. Yes, Joker knows who Batman is. In this universe, Joker knows. The live-action parademons are cool. Is the attraction of fear thing going to be in the Snyder Cut too? No. The attraction of fear thing, that was Whedon. That's why I said Whedon could do like a really good Batman or Green Lantern movie. I just don't think he could handle Justice League. And not the Justice League that had its foundation built in BVS, which is a very dark, depressing DC universe. If Whedon, you know, started this whole thing, yeah, probably it wouldn't have been as bad as it was. He was basically trying to course correct what the executives wanted, and the executives, they couldn't fix what Snyder did because Snyder had a plan. And his plan worked. Or rather, you'll see his plan actually had, everything was connected. Everything, it's a trilogy that is fully connected. You're going to see that. And even the skeptics are going to be like, holy crap, it's kind of amazing. Yeah, Martian Manhunter's going to have some cool scenes. He should have said Bruce instead of Batman in the trailer. He doesn't really care that Batman is Bruce Wayne, though. It's Batman that he respects. Bruce Wayne is just a mask. Bruce Wayne is just a guy. He doesn't care about using his name. They've shown over the years that Joker can easily find out who Batman is. He doesn't want to because he doesn't care. It's not the person under the suit. It's Batman. It's who Batman is. It's what Batman represents. It's a symbol. It's not the guy under the suit that people really care about, at least in Joker's mind. But yeah, I mean, if Joker is responsible for killing Dick Grayson and burning down Wayne Manor, chances are he knows that Batman and Bruce Wayne are one and the same. Like, unless he just gets lucky. I don't think so. But this goes back to one of my questions that I had for my DC contact and Warner Media person when they told me about the Joker's role, what was it, 4 months ago, and some of this stuff. I even asked the guy, or person, probably shouldn't say what their thing is. I was like, one thing I don't understand about all this, if Joker's responsible for killing Robin and, burning down Wayne Manor and all this other stuff, and Batman has basically gone crazy and started to kill his rogues and brand criminals, and it's become like this executioner in a sense, why is Joker still alive in the Suicide Squad? It doesn't make any sense. If Joker is the one responsible for taking everything away from Batman and making Batman this thug, why is he still alive and yet other Gotham rogues are dead by Batman, supposedly? That doesn't make any sense compared to what we've seen in later movies. It doesn't add up. So, I mean, I don't understand it, and I still don't. You could say that, you know, Suicide Squad is a different Earth altogether. I mean, you could make that argument. But if Batman really becomes like this ruthless character that we saw in BVS, why is Joker still alive? You know what I mean? Batman becomes a killer, why is Joker alive? Doesn't make sense. I hated they killed Grayson off screen too. Yeah, sure, the Joker hid from Batman. You can't hide from Batman. The dude kills his son, burns his house to the ground. That would make you public enemy number 1. You know? That would be it. But, you know. Kwing, Injustice as in the game. Have you seen... and also Kwing, will Joker film universe expand? I don't know. Joker's a new god, that's why he can't die. That's interesting. Maybe it's an unlikely alliance between Batman and Joker. Yeah, I think that's true, Blackwing. The one thing that I find weird about this, though, is it sounds like Robin was older when he died. He was like Nightwing age, but he was still Robin. That bothers me too. So it's not like Robin was this young protege. Like he was, let's see, Batman and Robin were around for like 20-something years. So Robin had to be like 25 when he died, 26. He was basically Nightwing age, but he was running around as Robin. That's weird. He's not like a teenager. Hey, what's up? Batman v Superman remastered news? Nothing to share at the moment. Kwing, do you hate Superman? If so, why? I don't hate Superman. I just am a Batman person. Like, literally, my whole life, I just follow Batman. I don't follow the DC comic stuff unless Batman's in it. It's not my thing. You guys, you grew up liking Superman? Superman's your guy. How many of you guys who are Superman fans are adamant Batman or Green Lantern or whatever fans? There's some hardcore Justice League people watching this probably, but how much do you go out of your way to learn about the other DC characters if you just really like one? That's my question to you guys. So, do I hate Superman, Wonder Woman? No. I just don't follow them as much as I follow Batman stories because I'm more interested in Batman and his world. His sidekicks, his family, his villains. You know? Gadgets, the cars, origin. I don't dislike Superman. I think Superman works really well bouncing off banter with Batman. I loved the Batman Superman books when I was growing up. I'm trying to remember what the name of those was. I think it was just Batman Superman from the 80s and early 90s. The dynamic between those two characters was a lot of fun, you know. You had Superman as kind of the jokey, upbeat character, and Batman was like, don't bother me, we have a job to do. And their friendship worked. It was fun to read, you know. And I didn't really get that again in comic books until the you know, oh my gosh, what is the Morrison run for Damian and Nightwing, like the Batman and Robin, the grumpy Robin and the upbeat Batman. That was basically the Superman Batman World's Finest. There it is. World's Finest books. I love those. I have a lot of vintage World Finest books. They're great books. A little hokey sometimes, but, you know, they're fun stories. And I like the dynamic between those characters. Kwing, who are your favorite Marvel and DC characters? Nightcrawler from Marvel, Nightwing, Batman, Tim Drake, Barbara, Steph, Jason, Pretty much all the Bat family. And for Marvel, Nightcrawler, Wolverine. Cyclops has grown on me over the years, but only because I've gone back and read a lot of the 90s books. Gambit, Captain America, Hawkeye, Spider-Man. Spider-Man actually would be much higher than that. Spider-Man would be like right after Wolverine. But I always go through the X-Men first because I really like the X-Men. X-Men were some of my favorite. Still mad that they killed Alfred. Alfred is back in the comics. Alfred's already back. What I love about that is, what was it? Tom King was like, I've done something that is going to send shockwaves through the DC Comics for years. And that was basically killing Alfred unceremoniously the way he did. And then, not long after that, Alfred is brought back. It wasn't even a year. It's just like, aha! I love it. I love it. Just keep, yeah. Keep messing with Tom King's legacy. I love it. So Alfred will be back this spring. Alfred's back. Oh, it's so funny. Can I rate the best Bat Family fighters? I'd have to do a video on that. I like to stay on topic. Just Snyder Cut related stuff if that's cool. Yeah. TMT versus Batman live action? I'd love to see that. I'd be down with that. Do I like Deadpool? Sure. Zombie Butler Alfred? No, regular Alfred. Tom King is a hack? Totally agree. Do you know how some of the Leaguers die in the movie? Yes. But it'd be a spoiler. I already kind of told you the Justice Leaguers who die. I might be a little murky on the details, but I already said it. I accidentally said it. If people were paying attention, oops. Is Nightwing in the Snyderverse? No, he's dead. No, the Alfred thing is just going to be... You had to read the death metal thing in order to see Alfred come back, and Alfred's just going to be integrated in the Bat books again starting in, I think, April. Although they might be moving stuff around now. Prior to everything, I don't know why people thought like 2021 was going to be better than 2020. It's not going to be. This is going to be 2 years like this, tops. But the plan was to bring Alfred back into the main Bruce Wayne Batman comics in the beginning of April. I don't know if it got moved to the summer now or not, if they're going to do like this big thing about his coming back because he was just going to be in the Batman books again. Like, oh, there's Alfred talking with Bruce and all these other characters. But what about Tim Drake and Titans? I already talked about that. Will Alfred be dead in the Nightmare future? Yes, Alfred's gone. Alfred, Lois, most of the world is all dead. Batman is much older, Joker's older, Deathstroke's older with a mohawk for whatever reason. A blue mohawk or something. And the reason why he has a weird mohawk, it goes back to the whole Frank Miller thing. Like, the punks from the future with the mohawks. That's kind of what they were trying to do with that. Which looks really stupid, but whatever. You gotta have, in post-apocalyptic future, you gotta have mohawks, right? So, you know, if I'm in a Mad Max future, I gotta go with the beard and goatee, and you guys have to give me a mohawk. It's just... fundamentally disagree with Snyder's version of Batman. Yeah, I do too, because I'm not a fan of them killing Dick Grayson. In fact, if I was Snyder, I just would have played ball with DC and been like, all right, you want it to be Jason that's dead? Cool. Then you could have Nightwing show up, and you could have Barbara Gordon. All these other characters, but without Dick Grayson, there's no Bat family. So, I mean... it doesn't work. Batman is not the puzzle piece that puts the Bat family together. It's Dick Grayson. Without Dick Grayson, there's no Bat family. Batman doesn't have emotional attachments the way that Dick Grayson and Alfred and other characters do. He's like the leader of the family, yeah, but he's very aloof. He's very, like, emotionally withdrawn. Dick Grayson is the glue that holds all the Batman sidekicks and everything together. Without him, it doesn't work. That's why Dick Grayson is so important to DC Comics and Batman and the Justice League and the Titans. You can't do those things without him. Doesn't work. You can't put Jason in his place. You can't put Tim in his place. He has to be the one that's around. You can kill Jason off and bring him back later, because Jason is still kind of not really liked as Robin. Do other Robins exist in the DCU? No. Do you think the Snyder Cut will be successful? I want to say yes, but I think it would have been more successful as a miniseries, as like a Game of Thrones thing. As a 4-hour movie, it's going to get less attention. Even if the movie is like so groundbreaking that it changes the game for DC and superhero films as we know it, it's still a 4-hour movie. I mean, it's going to limit the amount of people that are really going to sit through the whole thing. Whereas if it was a Game of Thrones thing, that would have been money in the bank for Warner Brothers and HBO Max. This was a stupid decision. It's just my take on it. Just from a marketing point of view, too, it's a really dumb idea. No, it's not a miniseries. It's a 4-hour movie. Excuse me. Is Harley Quinn in the future sequence? No. Harley Quinn is gone. Margot Robbie is not in Justice League. It was easier to distribute a 4-hour movie rather than a 4-episode series worldwide, though. Yeah, that's true. Does Frank Miller's Batman kill? No. I heard they couldn't do a series because the character contracts and having to pay the actors more. Yeah, that's one rumor I've heard. I don't know if that's really accurate or not, though. I'm still on the fence with that. I've heard that, like, song and dance, too. And I've also heard that Snyder was stamping his feet and demanding that it be a movie. So, I mean, there's at least 3 different things that have been going around in terms of that. So, 4-hour movies, people going sit through 4-hour movie. Well, where's Catwoman? Catwoman is dead. Oh, okay, here's the thing. I don't know if they're going to do this in the movie or not, but according to Snyder's vision of Batman, Selina Kyle is the ex-wife of Batman, and she left she left after the death of Robin and the destruction of Wayne Manor when Batman started to become very murderesque. And they had an actress in mind to play Catwoman, who was Ben Affleck's girlfriend at the time, and then they didn't, or something like that. Like, Zack wanted to bring in, what's her face? I don't even know. The girlfriend that Ben had during the pandemic. Before, there was no plan for a Selina Kyle Catwoman in the Snyderverse. And then Zack had an idea of bringing in, what's her name? But it never happened, so I don't know if Bruce was ever married to Selina or not, or if it was just Zack saying, this is my canon version of Batman. I don't know. I never really looked into it because it sounded weird. Yeah, I don't know her name. I don't know actresses. How would we have Nightwing movies set in the DCU when Dick Grayson never became Nightwing? As you said, he died as Robin, never got that transition to Nightwing. You wouldn't. I feel like Zack doesn't really know Batman character very well. You would be correct. No, they didn't kill Selina. Well, I mean, Selina's dead now. Selina was going to be the ex-wife of Batman. Maybe she would have shown up in a later Ben Affleck movie. I don't know. No way of knowing. Everything's changing now. Supposedly, The Flash is Batman's last movie. I mean, Ben Affleck's last movie. as Batman, unless he gets a miniseries. Who knows? I mean, you guys making all this noise for Ben Affleck to come back. I mean, you guys are responsible, like the Snyder Cut camp and Batfleck fans are responsible for Ben even, you know, having enough attention to come back for reshoots and other things. As well as probably the Flash movie. I mean, Batfleck trends like at least every other month. So, and now probably after the Snyder Cut, Batfleck is going to trend more than Battinson. We'll see. I mean, I would love for a Batman HBO Max miniseries with Ben Affleck and Deathstroke and Jared Leto and stuff like that. I would keep my HBO Max thing. After Snyder Cut, I'm probably not keeping it. Unless the animated series gets a, you know, a new season like they're teasing, supposedly. There's not really a lot of stuff on HBO Max that I'm really interested in, you know, keeping it after Snyder Cut. I've already had HBO Max now since December. And I haven't really used it all that much. I've watched Looney Tunes show a couple times. I've watched a lot of the DC shows that are on there in reruns. And, I mean, I'll keep it for Titans Season 3 and for a while. I don't know. Almost a year. We'll see. I'm not really using it that much. Are they going to build a rebooted Justice League with Robert Pattinson? No. No Battinson news. Is Carrie Kelly in Nightmare? No. So all the Batman characters are dead except Bruce. Alfred, Gordon, Joker, and Deathstroke. Deathstroke... Alfred's not alive in Nightmare. He dead. It's Bruce, Joker, and Deathstroke. Cyborg, kind of. Flash, and that's it. Everybody else dead. Oh, Static Shock is on HBO Max? Awesome. You want to see some Martian Manhunter action? I think you'll be disappointed then. No Bane in Snyderverse, at least at this time. No Lucius Fox at this time. That I know of. Could we see Snyder Cut back for more DC films if it's successful? That's up to Snyder. What do you think of Jared Leto's Joker? I like him a little bit more now. Thanos versus Darkseid. Zack Snyder is a modern day George Lucas. Yeah, he's a storyteller. I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll agree. Yep, I agree. When do I think Injustice 3 will be released? 2022, 2023. Now all they need is Superman the Animated Series Zeta Project, and there you go. All of DCU on HBO Max. Do we not see Martian Manhunter in action, Luke? I need to know this. Okay. I'll tell you what I know about Martian Manhunter, because I did ask a little bit about him, because Amber likes Jean. Jean is going to appear in disguise a couple times, like orchestrating the Justice League to find each other. Whether or not he shows up to fight, I don't think he would be fighting... What's his name? He might do something against Darkseid, but don't quote me on this. As far as fighting Steppenwolf, I don't think so. He will be shapeshifted as Martha Kent, the General, and one other character that's a DC character that Martian Manhunter will be in disguise as. He's basically going to help Wonder Woman and Batman find some of these people, like some of the Leaguers, supposedly. So he's going to have a... I wouldn't say it's a substantial role. He's in the movie, and he does stuff. But as far as fighting, I don't think so. And I think if he does fight somebody, he's one of the people who gets killed by Darkseid. I don't know, though. They are very, very hush-hush on Martian Manhunter's, like, involvement in the film. I really thought that they were going to show Martian Manhunter in this February trailer, but they didn't. So that makes me think that they're saving Deathstroke and Martian Manhunter for the March trailer. But I don't know. Martian Manhunter might be, quote-unquote, a surprise for people that don't know about it. But I mean, the actor who plays Martian Manhunter has been talking about his role on Twitter every once in a while and in interviews now. He's very happy with his role, so who knows? I have a feeling that he's going to get killed by Darkseid. And they're still doing the whole Unite the Seven. If Unite the Seven isn't Green Lantern, then it would be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, Martian Manhunter. That's 7. So. And they also said room for one more. Who's the actor for Jean? I'm trying to remember his name. Henry. Or wait, no. Is it Henry or Harry? Help me out, guys. It starts with an H. I'm following him on Twitter, but he doesn't talk very often on Twitter. The actor who plays Martian Manhunter in Snyder Cut. Harry. Yeah, that's it. Are Omega Beams in the movie? Don't know. So what would it be to take for Snyder to stay at WB? I don't know. Zack would have to say. But, I mean, didn't he just make a Warner Brothers movie? Like, some type of zombie movie? He's just not doing DC films right now. He's still at Warner Brothers. He's a Warner Brothers director. Just like Chris Nolan is a Warner Brothers director. I don't know. I mean, if his movie's successful, I'm pretty sure that everybody is going to beg Snyder, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, and most of the cast to come back. I don't know what they're going to do with Cyborg, though. I think they're just going to either recast or they're just going to get rid of the Cyborg role. I don't think they're going to do anything. I don't even think they'll recast it. Because they already rid him out of the Flash, so this is the last thing with Cyborg for a while. Who knows how long. Yeah, Darkseid's gonna win. Yeah, that's not an argument. Yeah, Martian Manhunter appears and then gets Omega beamed. I mean, they're both CG characters, so I could see Martian Manhunter, you know, saying, "Good job, League," and then all of a sudden, you know, through the portal, Darkseid just appears and Omega beams Martian Manhunter, then wipes out the rest of them. That'd be awesome. We'll find out, won't we? They're keeping Martian Manhunter's role very, very tight-lipped. So, you'll have to wait and see. I already spoiled some stuff. I told you he's going to shapeshift as other characters. So, but I've heard other people talking about it, so I don't think that's that big of a deal. I would want to know if he fights too, because Jean is a really cool character. He's the last Martian. You got to do some cool stuff with Jean. Right? Right. How powerful is Darkseid? Very. Darkseid is going to destroy most of the Earth. Why would it be awesome to watch the League die? I don't know. Just something different. How is the channel doing? Do you think the views will get increased after they release more TC games? This channel? This channel will do better when I actually spend time with it. I don't. I work on my other channel all the time. This channel will do better when Gotham Knights comes out, because I'll be over here a lot. I'll be over here and I'll be streaming and uploading and doing lore videos. I already have like all my stuff written out, what I'm going to be doing. I've been reading tons of Batman books based on what they're using for their story inspiration, like Burnside Batgirl and Spiral Nightwing stuff. So I've been catching up on a lot of stuff, writing some drafts for lore. There's going to be a lot of Gotham Knights content whenever the game comes out. Both walkthrough and tons of other stuff. So I'll be very active here soon. And then the channel will grow again. Probably hit another 100,000 subs. I don't know. My bread and butter is on the other channel. That's where my job is. That's where our income is the highest. YouTube has given us a very low CPM on this channel. So I just do podcasts over here once in a while and live stream things. That's about it. I appreciate the vote of confidence or whatever. I've been watching since I was a super young kid, and I've never given up on you. I know things will get better, Luke. Just you gotta have faith. I mean, yeah. It also, I mean, you know, YouTube doesn't like legacy views, so they've already pretty much yeeted most of my older views out of the search engine from here. So, I mean, I'm gonna have to make new videos that are gonna do moderately well. But you also have to remember that there are a lot of channels that are gonna be covering Gotham Knights and stuff. So I'm not. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near the Arkham Knight or Arkham Origins numbers. I could be wrong. It'd be great to see some videos hit 100,000 views again. Like, but, you know, I'm estimating probably about 20,000 views a video for a walkthrough. Lore videos probably get like 50K. You know, is what it is. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. That's the important thing. I'm excited to be back and to do a lot of stuff. Been reading up on a lot of things, and I'm ready. I've had time off since the 2015 days, 2016. I milked Arkham Knight for a long time. I'm going to milk Gotham Knights for quite a while. Probably be Gotham Knights content on this channel for 3 years. Who knows? But I have a lot of stuff to share with you guys once the game comes out, so. Who is my favorite Batman? Dick Grayson. Oh, actor? Kevin Conroy, Keaton, Ben Affleck, Bale. I think that's it. The road outside my houses are covered in snow. Do you know if Zack Snyder's Justice League is continuity with later films like Aquaman and Shazam? That I don't know. Everybody is telling me, contact-wise, that Snyder Cut is its own separate thing as part of the DC multiverse, and that the DC films are another part of the DC multiverse, and they're not connected. Like, Wonder Woman 84 is almost like a spin-off movie that's not really connected at all. And pretty much when you see Batman and Wonder Woman again, you're going to see the BVS Batman and Wonder Woman. It's almost like the 2017 Justice League movie is also in an alternate reality, like another part of the multiverse, because the characters are completely different than what you saw in 2017. They didn't feel like their BVS counterparts at all, and now you're really going to experience that with Zack's movie. It's like, you know, parallel Earth type stuff. As far as everything being connected, that all depends on how well the movie is perceived. If the movie's a hit, yeah, I mean, DC and Warner Brothers, they're going to do everything they can to pull Zack back into having him, you know, man the DC film ship again. And Zack's involvement in Wonder Woman is the reason why Wonder Woman was better than Wonder Woman 84. He had no part in Wonder Woman 84 at all. That was all Patty Jenkins and, what's her name, Gal Gadot. Which shows... It shows a lot in the way that the narrative of the film was. Zack actually had a pretty big hand in the Wonder Woman movie, apparently. Didn't Jason Momoa say it was part of his movie universe? But if Darkseid does destroy Earth, how will that work? That's a good question. Jason Momoa did say that. Maybe... I don't know. We'll have to see the movie. Unless Jason... I mean, Jason Momoa didn't do reshoots, as far as I know. Wait, Ben Affleck did reshoots. Jared Leto, Martian Manhunter did reshoots. Henry Cavill didn't. Darkseid actor did. Darkseid, Granny Goodness, Amy Adams, Martha Kent, actress, was back for reshoots. I don't think Ezra Miller, I don't know if he was back for reshoots or not, or if they're just using his old stuff. Ray Fisher was back for reshoots. I don't know if Commissioner Gordon came back for reshoots either. Who do you like in the Justice League? The 2017 movie? Jason Momoa. I like him. Miller did reshoots? Who's Miller again? I hope... Oh, yeah, Ezra. Okay, Ezra did do reshoots? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I only pay attention to the Batman news. So I might have missed a bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure Henry Irons... Or, not Henry Irons, my gosh. Jeremy Irons. I think he was back for reshoots, too, with Ben Affleck. I'm not sure, though. I know Ben was. Ben was really happy to be back. Ben did a lot. No mention of Ra's al Ghul in Snyderverse? Nope. Have I heard of Rochester, New York? Yeah, I have friends there. Schenectady, Troy area? Or wait, no, that's not Schenectady, Troy. Rochester. Is that near Poughkeepsie? I know I have friends in Rochester. I got friends in Long Island. I got friends in Fishkill. Troy, Albany, Scroon Lake, which Scroon Lake is upstate. I went to a couple schools upstate. Did a couple colleges there. I got a couple Long Island friends. Got friends in Queens, Brooklyn. But that's the city. I have relatives all over the state of New York. Do you think they will drop the Run, Barry, Run like they dropped We Live in a Society? It's possible. Do you like how Darkseid looks in the movie? Yeah. Will there be a Batfleck series? Depends on this. Buffalo! Yeah! I wanted to live in Buffalo because of all the snow everybody gets. I was this close to living in Buffalo. We ended up living in the Stevenson County area of New York. My dad got a job as a minister in, I think it was Stevenson County. It was in the middle of nowhere, right between Albany and, oh my gosh. Vermont? No, Bennington. Yeah, it's a small little town in a valley between Albany, Bennington, Vermont, and my hometown of Peekskill, New York. And it's just sitting there. It was a population of like 100 people. It was like my dad's first church or something like that. Hated that place. But I liked going up to Albany every once in a while and, you know, some other stuff. But I did not like that town. That's where the only thing that they had there was Mr. Pete's rental store. And that's where I played most of my games. We didn't have Blockbuster. That's how backwater that town was. There wasn't a Blockbuster, there wasn't anything. There was like a Stewart's, like a little gas station. Then you'd have to go to Albany to go grocery shopping. And that was like 45 minutes away, 45 minutes to an hour. It's snowing here in Louisiana. Wow, awesome. Gotta give it to Snyder. He has the bravery to use We Live in a Society meme. He loves Easter eggs and memes. I mean, you saw BVS, right? There was memes in that. There was Easter eggs to Batman comic books and all kinds of stuff. Snyder does more Easter eggs than Nolan does. Nolan doesn't do that many. Chris, Nolan, Chris, Nolan. Yes, I saw the Batman Ninja Turtles movie. I wonder what Zack Snyder Marvel would look like. I don't know. K-Wing, does Batman regret killing in the Justice League Snyder Cut? Yeah. Yeah, he does. But he's not going to turn around and be like Uncle Batman like the 2017 movie. There's going to be an actual character arc about, you know, him turning away from that type of thing. That's why I don't think he'll be using guns except in the, you know, far distant future where the world is destroyed. He has this cool gadget on his gauntlet that when enemies shoot at him, he can fire the energy back at them. So it's not like he'll be picking up an alien blaster and shooting them. that I know of. There's one scene where Batman is going to mount a turret when they're attacking the Citadel where Steppenwolf is, but I mean, that's not like he's using a handgun or a rifle. He's going to be in a turret, like an alien turret, and shooting at like a lot of different aliens and things like that. So, I mean, Batman's rule of no killing only extends to humans or humanoids. It's not really aliens. He's kind of a hypocrite. But, yeah, that turret scene's going to be cool. As long as it's still in the movie. Ah, it's very cool. Have you heard if Batman has additional action scenes? Batman has a lot of cool scenes. He had guns on his gauntlet. It didn't look like it. Do you think Darkseid is going to win for a while? Why did Snyder give Jared Leto a second chance? Because he liked Snyder liked Jared Leto's Joker. Also, he's friends with David Ayer, so. You think Azrael's around in the DCU? No. I need Justice League 2, so gonna have Darkseid versus Superman in live action. Hey K-Wing, been a fan for a long time since the first Batman month. The showrunner said that Robert Pattinson is going to be showing up in the Gotham Central Hub show. Nice. I'll have to look into that. Any news on Gotham Knights or long Halloween animated film? Not yet. Right now, everybody is focusing on the Snyder Cut. That's what everybody is pushing for. Come spring, we'll be talking about a lot more stuff because it sounds like E3 is going to happen this year, supposedly. Although they're probably going to call it off. If I get invited to E3, I'm not going. I'm not getting on a plane. I'm not driving down either. Not this year. I don't want to. Too worried about the virus. I wouldn't do it. If my Rocksteady or DC contacts or WB is listening, I don't want to this year. I don't feel comfortable. So I'm not. If I get invited, I'm going to turn it down. Just because I don't want to do it. I wash my hands more. My hands are soft and pruny like grandparent hands. That's how much I wash my hands a day now. I didn't used to. I would wash my hands maybe once a day. Wash my hands like 7 or 8 times a day. It's crazy. I have pruny hands. And it feels so sensitive too. I disinfect my computer like every 24 hours. Something like that. Do you want Snyderverse to continue? I guess. If they do a Flashpoint and they bring back Dick Grayson. Don't be a coward. I got a lot of health conditions. I can't afford to get sick. Just like I went in for a cancer screening to check like if I had cancer in my jaw about 6 days ago. So I'm concerned that I'm going to get the virus now because there was a guy who had a mask on and was coughing, and the virus goes out the side of your mask. He was in the same doctor's office as me. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't have cancer, obviously, which was good, but now I'm worried about the virus. So if I get it, I'm toast. And I don't want to be on a 6-hour plane ride to California either, or staying in a hotel. So, yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not bothered by the coward thing. I'm gonna take care of me and my wife. I think they're gonna cancel E3 right now. Everybody's like, "Oh, 2021 is gonna be the best year ever. We're gonna have E3 again. All this other stuff." It's like, you're gonna cancel it because I mean they stopped showing the death counter on TV, but more people are dying. More people are getting sick. My state's partially closed. I don't know. I don't really leave my house, so I just take care of Amber myself. That's all I can do. And I yell at my parents to stay home, or at least to, be cautious outside, wash their hands often. If they get fast food or whatever, microwave the food, wash their hands. Things like that. Be careful with packages and all that stuff. I am tired though. I mean, all this stuff is very tiring. I didn't used to be this tired. Be praying for safety. I'm not traveling to California. I hope it's 2022. Take some vitamin D too. I do vitamin D all the time. My vitamin D deficiency is very high. Or, not deficiency. My vitamin D levels are very high. Maybe they're too high. I'm doing about 2,500 vitamin D a day. Plus, what else do I do? I mean, there's food that I have vitamin D in it. I have, because I'm Portuguese, I have fish like twice a week. I probably eat fish more than most people because Portuguese eat a lot of fish. And then I have vitamin B supplements to try to keep my anxiety levels down. And lot of vitamin rich stuff, which I miss my junk food because it doesn't, all this healthy stuff, it doesn't really make me feel better. It just makes me feel like old. I want my fast food again and all this other stuff. Used to have Arby's like twice a week. Twice before everything was shut down, I have a lot of Arby's. Arby's like 3 times a week. Taco Bell at least once or twice a week. Eating so many salads and stuff like that, I just feel so weak. But anyway, where's the Suicide Squad? Why aren't they helping the League? They're dead. Everybody's dead. Why would they help the League? If you don't see a character, they're dead. Joker might mention Harley, but they're dead. So it's gonna be cool to see the Bat Tank though. Another Frank Miller thing ended up in the Snyder Cut. That wasn't in the original movie. That's Zack being like, "Hey, here's something we didn't use for Frank Miller. It's the tank." Woo! I don't even know why the tank's in it, but it is. Any news on BVS Remastered? No, I haven't looked into it yet. How are they dead? Watch the movie. Because Darkseid wipes out the Earth. Deathstroke is the mutant leader from The Dark Knight Rises. I don't know. Do you think we'll get more making of Gotham Knights soon? Not until after Snyder Cut. Warner Media is pushing heavily on the Snyder Cut. Marketing is started at the end of January, and it's going to go through all this month into the first couple weeks of March, and then they'll start focusing on their other Warner properties. Sometime in April or May, we're supposed to get like either a teaser trailer or some type of announcement for The Long Halloween Part 1, because the first part comes out in the summer sometime, and then the second part comes out in the fall. So they're going to have to start up the marketing for that movie pretty soon. So expect a trailer like May or April for that. But the big push right now is Snyder Cut. Snyder Cut and Godzilla. They don't really have anything else that I know of. Do they have anything else? Oh yeah, they got the CW shows. Flash Season 7 and Superman and Lois. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Titans isn't coming out till the fall, I think. Unless they're going to queue it for a summer release. I don't know. My Titans contact is kind of unsure right now when they're going to do stuff. Like in terms of releasing the show. Probably going to be the fall. Fall of 2021. Yeah, Black Lightning is ending. That's too bad. So is Justice League versus Superman still happening? You talking about animated movie, or are you talking about like in the movie itself? The scene where you see Superman fighting the Justice League at the monument, that's Zack Snyder's footage. So that's still happening. It's a much longer fight. The scene where Cyborg is, does something heroic and prevents a cop from being squished from a thrown tank, that's Snyder. That was never Whedon. That I know of. Pretty sure that was all Snyder stuff. I still remember being in the theater, seeing the 2017 movie, and telling Amber the difference between Snyder's footage and Whedon's. It was a fun game. And just sit there and be like, nope, okay. People were annoyed in the theater, though, but there wasn't that many people in the theater because it was like the 4th or 5th time we'd seen it, so I didn't care. It's like, that footage right there, that's Snyder. Yeah, that's Whedon. Snyder. Oh, yep, nope, that's Whedon, too. Ah! The joke. Yep, that's Whedon. Ooh, that close-up. Batman writhing in agony. Yep, that's Whedon. That's Whedon. That line, that cringy line, tell me, do you bleed? That was Whedon. Gosh. I don't like that fight in Justice League. It was really weak. That's because it was heavily edited. They condensed the crap out of that. They condensed that fight scene so badly. It's so heavily edited. Did you enjoy the latest Bruce Timm DC animated movie, Batman and Harley Quinn and the Justice League versus the Fatal Five? I like Justice League versus the Fatal Five. Oh gosh, are we at 2 hours yet? Oh yeah, we are. Okay. All right, let's do a couple more questions, and then I gotta call it a night, guys. I'm tired. I'm getting old. I'm gonna be 38 soon. I'll be 38 this week. I've been on YouTube 15 years. Holy crap. That's crazy. Maybe by the time I'm 50, we'll hit 1 million subs on my other channel. That'd be cool. I'd be okay with that. Raiden shows up, lol. I feel like it, Garrett. I feel like it, man. Yeah, I was relieved to find out I didn't have jaw cancer, though. That was pretty... I thought, you know... they were saying some pretty troubling things when they were doing the x-rays. I think I just, like, my teeth are, like, really jacked up. I think that they, like, have decay or they have some other problems. Like, overcrowding, because I have, like, 30-something teeth. So, when I go to the dentist next month, like 15 days from now, they're going to be doing a bunch of stuff and tell me I'm going to have to spend all this money to get my teeth fixed. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I don't really care. Probably just have a couple teeth pulled and be done with it. Do you think that the Darkseid doesn't have much muscles as he should? Based on how big Darkseid is, I don't think it matters. Darkseid looks like... He's not supposed to be like a bodybuilder guy. Darkseid is very powerful on his own. I mean, you have to remember that these characters are massive in scale. They're not humanoid. When you see them in comparison to the Justice League, they're going to look giant. People complaining about Darkseid not being a roid person, like a steroid guy... that's not even how Darkseid really looks in the comics. He's very poised. He has his arms behind his back most of the time, stands up straight, and is incredibly OP, you know? You're going to see that type of Darkseid that is very confident, very strong. He's probably going to wipe out most of the league just with his eyes. Although, I've heard he stabs a couple people. Not sure why he would need to, but whatever. Sorry, guys. I'm coming off my Wind Waker stream, so I'm like, I'm mostly here. I had a lot of fun with my Wind Waker stream last night. Today. Hours ago. 2 hours ago. Darkseid can remember every single timeline, even ones that were erased. Yup. Did I see Batman Soul of the Dragon? Yes, I did. I liked it. Batfleck series news? Nothing to report. Does Darkseid stab Wonder Woman with her own sword? I can't confirm or deny that. Do you think Zack should be an adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns? No. Ben Affleck's Batman will be great after the Snyder Cut. Agree. Since when does Darkseid have a weapon to stab people with? He just doesn't need a weapon. He is the weapon. Agree, Garrett. Why do you guess the public reaction will be to the Snyder Cut? If the movie is good, haters are going to find things to nitpick about, like the people that hated Justice League that were critics. There might be some critics that will come to our side of, reason and see that this is going to be a phenomenal film. Some of the most complaints that you're going to get about the movie is how depressing the film looks. They're not going to like the tone again. If Wonder Woman dies, you're going to drive the feminists crazy. And they're going to say stuff like violence against women, mistreatment against women, Me Too, blah, 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 blah. What else? People are going to be annoyed with Batman using a gun again, and they're going to do a political spin on that, even though, it's a post-apocalyptic world scenario that Batman is using a machine gun and killing people. You'll have people complaining about that. You'll have people complain about Cyborg's role, even though it's much larger. People are going to say it's not large enough. What else will people complain about? I don't think anybody's going to say anything if Aquaman dies. I don't think anybody's going to really like on Twitter. Just the stuff I mentioned. Oh, I know. People are going to be upset seeing Doomsday again. They're going to complain about that. Even though Doomsday is briefly shown, just kind of like his arm or whatever, like the death of Superman, people are going to talk about that. What else would people complain about? I think that's about it. A lot of people are going to praise Jared Leto's performance, even though he only has like 15 minutes of film or less. People are going to be talking about Ben Affleck as Batman quite a bit, both good and bad. That's going to be one of the most talked about parts of the movie. Superman is going to have like Henry Cavill fans like ecstatic. Like the Superman stuff is going to be really good, even though he's wearing the regeneration suit, which the reason why he's wearing that is because he's not up to full power yet. So read the comics why Superman has that black regeneration suit, because it's infused with like solar energy and stuff like that. I don't believe you'll see him in the red and blue at the end of this movie. I don't think so. I think he's wearing the black suit the whole time. Or, the time that he's in the movie. What else? Oh, people might be upset that Amy Adams doesn't have a bigger role. Like, again. Like, she's just a side character, kind of. And maybe people will complain that Martian Manhunter didn't do enough. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Mostly people are going to complain about the length of the movie, the tone, the violence, that it's rated R, and the language, because Batman says the F word or something. Things like that. Any other last questions, guys? Because I'm gonna yeet myself soon. Would I like to see the actor who played Bruce Wayne in Gotham play Damian Wayne? No, he's too old. Martian Manhunter's in the movie, yes. Darkseid will go after Amber Heard first for Johnny Depp. Nope. They're being very careful with Amber Heard. They're being very careful with her. She is going to be in the movie. She has some reshoots, and she has some important stuff that happens. So if you're pro Amber Heard, yay. I don't want to get into that. I don't really want to rant about things yet. K-Wing, will Joker betray that man in the future sequence? Don't know. I didn't ask about that. Do you like Deathstroke's costume beside the mohawk? Yeah. Deathstroke's costume is way too shiny. Will we see the Green Lantern we saw in 2017? Yeah. You're going to see more of him. He gets killed by Darkseid. K-Wing, will Joker betray Batman in the future sequence? Unsure. She's not credited in the trailer, though. She's in it. She's in it. I can tell that you're definitely not pro Amber Heard, K-Wing. I'm not. She's an abuser. She is a terrible human being, and Warner Brothers should get rid of her. But they're not going to, so... I don't believe women. I believe in facts and evidence, and the evidence shows that Amber Heard is a bad person who did not donate to a children's hospital, pocketed $6 million for herself, abused her husband, cut off his finger, is a verbal abuser, which they have many, many recordings to prove that she has psychologically messed with him for their entire marriage and dating. I don't like people like that, you know. So I'm not pro Amber Heard. I am against. Amber Heard needs therapy, exactly. Yeah, Johnny should go for women his own age. He should have married that one girl. What's her name? They're really cute together. Was it Winona Ryder? Yeah, definitely someone his own age, but most Hollywood men don't really stay in their lane in that respect. They always go for younger women. Mm-hmm. Do you think there is a chance to switch the Robin death for Jason? No. They're going to show Grayson's gravestone unless Warner Brothers like takes it out of the film, but Warner Media is being very careful with Zack, so as to not upset him in case the movie is good, they can beg and plead him to do another one, like a Justice League 2 or 3 or something. So most likely the Dick Grayson gravestone is going to show up in a flashback sequence for Batman. It's going to happen this time. Nothing we can do. It's over. Jimmy Olsen and Dick Grayson are dead for good. Until the Flash movie. That battle's lost, my friends. It's over. Over. As soon as they show the gravestone, it's done. Even if he says Dick Grayson's name, if Ben says Dick Grayson or Richard Grayson, done. It's one of the parts I don't like. Is there a bat embargo? Is the bat embargo finally over? I would say yeah. I'd say the bat embargo has been dead since 2018. Bat embargo's gone. Otherwise, you wouldn't have Batman in the Turtles movies, and you wouldn't have Batman on Titans, in Gotham, in... he's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah, Bat embargo's toast. It's gone. Because he appears in so much media now at the same time. I mean, there's an oversaturation of Batman now. I love it. Different versions of Batman. It's very cool. Animated films, TV show, different actors playing him on TV, movies, games. It's all good. Bat embargo's toast. We won that too. Fans won. Bat embargo is gone. The quote I like to see is Batman roasting Wonder Woman JLU. We're in a Batman overload, my friends, and it's totally fine. K-Wing, do you think Damian can be in... no. They haven't introduced Ra's al Ghul, so I don't think he's in this universe. K-Wing, will Batman have a solid action sequences? A couple. Will this Darkseid be more powerful than MCU Thanos? I guess we'll see. Dick is the adopted son of Batman. Yeah, but Batman sees him as his son. I haven't caught a stream in a while. Well, the stream is ending, Screen Piercer. I gotta feed my cat. Do you think we'll see the CW Flash in the Flash movie? They're trying to get Grant to appear in it. I hope Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill come back for the Long Halloween animated movie. I might know the cast of that, Garrett, and I don't think so. Don't quote me on this because I haven't gotten a full confirmation yet, but it sounds like the Long Halloween Batman actor is the same Batman from the 70s Kung Fu movie that just came out. The Batman Dragon voice actor is going to be Batman in Long Halloween Part 1 and 2. Supposedly. I can't confirm this yet because the information is still a little murky. One contact says that is true. Another contact says Troy Baker. So, no on the Kevin Conroy right now. But there is another Batman movie that's in development that's animated for a 2022 release. That could be Conroy. I don't know what it is. I just know it's in development. But, yeah. Dating with a team never works. 2, you're an immortal warrior princess, and I'm a rich kid with issues. Lots of issues. I love that line. It's probably going to be Troy. Troy Baker is the most versatile. Let's pray the Snyder Cut is successful. Snyder's a genius. All the haters mad to see Snyder's Justice League trailer trending. I'm not a hater. I've said that the Snyder Cut existed years before there was even a movement. I could tell the difference between Joss Whedon's shoddy work in the Justice League movie and Zack Snyder's stuff. I just don't like Zack Snyder because he killed Dick Grayson. That's the only reason I don't like him. I'm a big Bat Family person, so I wanted to see Red Hood, Nightwing. I wanted to have Ben Affleck as a much older Batman with older sidekicks. And cool stories involving Hush, Red Hood, Ra's al Ghul, Joker, stuff like that. So I will never forgive Zack in that aspect for ruining Batman. But, you know, I think he's pretty cool in some aspects, but that's where I draw the line in the sand. So I have certain things that I am dissatisfied with Zack Snyder, but I have other things that I'm very satisfied with Zack's artistic talent, storytelling, and things like that. But I wouldn't call myself a Snyder fan, I don't think. We'll see after this movie, but we'll see. You like his work apart from his Batman stuff? Yeah, I like that. That works. I'm good with that. Why do you hate him for a creative decision? Because I can. Judging by that you have a Superman thing, I would say, yeah. Do you like the story of Arkham Knight? It's okay. I like parts of it. In a perfect world, we already would have had a Bat Family better than Batman Bad Blood. Yes! Nightwing is Luke's trigger. Yeah, that's true. If rumors about HBO Max Batman animated series is true, do you think Kevin Conroy will reprise his role? Kevin's heard about the rumor and he wants in. Mark Hamill is undecided. That's all I know about that. Kevin wants in. Kevin wants in now, and Mark is... they don't know. So Troy Baker would probably end up taking over for Mark if Mark doesn't want to do it. Mark might be very busy with Star Wars, and that's why he wouldn't be able to be the Joker. But you didn't hear it from me. Go feed your cat. Yeah, you can hear her clawing at the door, can't you? Oh, this was a fun podcast. Box office prediction? I don't know. How do you do a box office prediction for a streaming service? I don't know. I guess by how many people become members or something? I don't know. How do they even... This isn't going to be in theaters, even though Zack wants to put it in theaters, which would be... Nobody's going to go to the theater to see this. It's not just that it's an old 2017 movie. I mean, they've already proved with the trailer that this is not the 2017 movie. This is brand spanking new. Completely different narrative, completely different action sequences, characters that never appeared before. All new. But how are you going to convince people that are worried about getting a deadly virus thing that, 98% people survive? How are you going to convince them to go to the theater? Nobody feels safe to really do that. So the movie wouldn't succeed in theaters. So I don't know how you'd really measure box office. That's a good question. I'd have to ponder that one for quite some time. 5 remaining questions, guys, and then I'm going to go feed Zelda. Wonder Woman only made $150 million? Ouch. That's a bomb. Yikes. DC ruined Nightwing by turning him into Rick Grayson. He got better. Zack Snyder will release the movie around the world in locations that don't have HBO Max. Oh. any Hollywood director who's mean to their cast needs therapy, and to learn how to be nice to their cast. Maybe this will set a precedent where, 150 million is still a lot of money. Not in terms of box office. Maybe in the 1980s, I mean, the Batman 89 movie made like 300 million. And that was considered like amazing back then. Or was it like 400 million? But in today's standards, where people are, swimming in billion-dollar waters, I mean, that's not good. But I mean, if they made 150 million on a streaming service, I guess that's good. I don't know. I guess that's why the MCU refuses to have, why the MCU doesn't want the Black Widow movie to come out right now, because they know it'll get Wonder Woman numbers, and they don't want to do that. So they just keep delaying it. I guess that's smart. I don't know. Warner Brothers just wants to release their movies, though. What do you think of Jared Leto's Joker now? Well, I've only seen like 15 seconds of his Joker, but I like his Joker more now than I did in Suicide Squad. I'm sold. What about you guys? Do you think Martian Manhunter will have any action other than just shape-shifting? No, I don't think so. I think you'll think he's going to have action, and then you see him die on screen by Omega Beams or something. They should just release it on Disney+. They don't want to, though. Do you think Disney paid Joss Whedon to mess up the original Justice League? No. I think Justice League got messed up because of executives like messing around with Zack's sandbox and trying to change his vision because they were so worried about it, because the original story was very intense and they wanted their movie to be lighter in tone because the critics complained about the tone of the film, and Justice League was a lot more violent, it was a lot more intense, and it ended in a happy note, to kind of build upon a Justice League Part 2. But, executives were worried because they wanted a Marvel movie. So they brought in a Marvel director, basically. And it didn't work because you can't change the tone of what the first two movies were. It doesn't fit. It feels out of place. It doesn't work with the rest of the... It didn't work. It felt weird. Somebody who liked BVS going into Justice League, I liked it the first time I saw it, but as I kept seeing the movie more and more, it's kind of like I was really noticing how much the movie fell apart and how much it didn't make sense. Like, if I hadn't known BVS and Man of Steel the way I did going into Justice League, I'd just be kind of like, what? So what you're going to get with this movie, since it's been so long between BVS, is Snyder is going to hold your hand a little bit and explain to you some of the stuff that happened in BVS. Probably the first 5 minutes of the film, you're going to get your feet wet into this universe again with Superman's death, and then Batman, going out and finding Aquaman. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that they're going to help with the audience anyway. All right. I would watch it. Vader's podcast and theories. I don't want to talk Star Wars, guys. Thanks, Garrett. K-Wing, do you wish Ron Perlman had gotten to play Slade in one of these live-action projects? Maybe as Old Man Slade. Forgot my 2 super chats? I can read your super chats real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, what do you got? So, first super chat. So this Justice League Dark Apocalypse War all over again? Possibly. We'll see. Super chat 2, Josh made Superman better than Zack does. We see Superman save people less dark and depressing. Yeah, I agree. I mean, my big complaint with BVS, when people are talking about Superman, being this beacon of hope after he dies, what did he do to really help people? Josh did show Superman doing heroic things. So, I mean, that was kind of important to his character that Zack didn't really get to showcase all that much, because that Superman was kind of what's the word am I looking for? He was Not very trusting of humanity all that much. So you didn't really get to see him do a bunch of stuff. You heard about it, but you didn't really get to see it. And in BVS, he kind of attacks a foreign country, which could have led to like a world war, you know, when he saved Lois but didn't save Jimmy. That's why I agree with a lot of people that there should have been a Man of Steel 2 movie before a lot of the stuff in BVS, so you could see Superman doing heroic things, because he really didn't do all that much. Next super chat is Batman going to have a dope action scene. He'll have a few. You know, Snyder was a big fan of the whole warehouse sequence. There was supposed to be a breakout of Arkham Asylum where Batman is trying to intervene and he's fighting a bunch of people. Whether or not that's going to make it in the movie or not, but that was supposed to be your warehouse sequence. So we'll see. Originally, that sequence was shot for Ben Affleck's Batman movie, just like they did some testing of Deathstroke for Ben Affleck's Batman movie. So you could see some of Ben's footage, since he's a executive producer or producer on this film, bleed into this movie, and it would work, considering, you know, the breakout of Lex was both an important plot point of Ben's movie, briefly, to tie it together to Justice League, or BVS, or whatever, and, you know, his story. So they could just move that stuff over from Ben Affleck and Deathstroke's movie into Justice League if they wanted to. I thought that's what they were doing, but guess we'll find out. Two last questions. Feed the cat. Do you think NetherRealm Studios could work on a Marvel content? And Boom teased that a bit on Twitter. Not as long as he's owned by Warner Brothers, he can't. His studio is owned by Warner Brothers. They're a WB Games employee. So, no. I don't think he could make a Marvel game. He could do a Marvel versus DC game. That they would probably let him do. But as far as a Marvel game by itself, no. Do you think we're going to see Darkseid fight in this Justice League, or do you think that will be a Justice League Part 2? I think there'll be a flashback sequence to the Nightmare world where it shows Darkseid killing the League. Because, I mean, I've specifically heard that some Justice Leaguers die by Darkseid. And the only way I could see them fitting that into the movie if they're not doing the invasion of Earth would be what happened to Earth for the Nightmare sequence. So Darkseid's invasion. So, like a very quick kind of recap. What would you think of Batman fight scene in Arkham Asylum, like Daredevil's fight scene in the hallway from the show? I still think that the warehouse sequence is superior to Daredevil's hallway sequence. The warehouse scene was so well done, and it made people really want a Ben Affleck Batman movie based on that fight sequence. They wanted to see more of that Batman, so that's why they did an Arkham breakout thing for Ben Affleck's Batman movie that they were, you know, doing stuff for before it all got canceled, because they know the importance of the warehouse scene. Martian Manhunter is in disguise currently. Would you like Superman to punch you? No. No thanks. I'm not a Superman hater, so why would he? I don't understand. He's a Boy Scout. Why would he punch me? What would you think of a Flash game by WB Games or Rocksteady? Maybe in their universe, a new game by Insomniac or something similar to. I mean, I would be cool with a CW Flash game. I think that would work. Get, you know, the Flash actor to be the Flash in the game. What is your favorite Batman costume in comics? Mine's the 70s gray and blue. I like the 70s one, but more like the 80s, like darker blue. And the more like, the darker blue with the yellow oval. I like that better. Does Michael Keaton's Batman have sweet ninja moves? No. And do you think a full-blown live-action Batman TV show could happen? I don't know. Have you purchased any arcade 1-up cabinets? I'm thinking of getting the Marvel vs. Capcom one. I don't have any room in this house for one, so no. I haven't got any arcade cabinets. I want the Turtles one, and I want the X-Men. At least I think they made an X-Men one. Or the Marvel arcade one. I think they made a Marvel Arcade one. I don't remember. I've wanted a couple of them, but I don't have room for them. This house is very small. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. That was a fun podcast. Hope you guys had fun. Let's meet back and discuss about this during the next trailer, and also do a full breakdown podcast about what's going on. There's a lot of Gotham Knights stuff coming your way soon. I believe they're going to start rolling some stuff out after Snyder Cut. So they should be doing some like social media teasing soon. But like, you know, really starting to push the game by end of March, early April. But right now the focus with Warner, all their branches, is the Snyder Cut. Because they want as many people to, you know, watch the movie as possible legally through HBO Max. So, but you guys have a fantastic night. Thanks so much for hanging out. And I'm going to go feed the cat. So, thanks so much. And have a great night. Stay safe, everybody. Wash your hands. And take care of each other, all right? Be good to each other, too. All right? God bless. Happy gaming. Later, Gothamites. See you later.